Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. We have a very special delight for you tonight. Poetic Desire and Godchild the Omen. Double feature. It's gonna be fire. Before we get into that though, I want to kind of dedicate this show to someone I consider a brother, an inspiration. Um, I've said for a long time, the third leg of Open Minds, because he's been here since the beginning. The Magus, Gustav Salas, we lost him a week ago today. It's been a rough week for me, but I'm kind of getting through it. And part of that was this piece that I wrote last week, shortly after hearing about him passing. It was like my brain just said, just write. And he actually came to me in my dream last night and said everything was gonna be all right and everything. So yeah, he's still with us in spirit and everything we do. So I want to share this with y'all. I wrote it last week. I don't have a title for it. I guess it's just a tribute to Megas. I'm swimming in tears for years. You were always there every week, same time, same place. That smile on your face will forever bring joy into my heart. Your words like darts that always hit the mark. The spark from your fingertips every time you grip that pen. With every line, they would ignite a fire deep within my mind. You kept it open, stolen from us too soon. You still had so much to do, but you are immortal now, resting in the wings of the most beautiful angel. You can finally let the pain go, make a new home without it. Take some of mine too, please. My mind and body seize up, trying to put into words the unseen memories you leave us. At times it seemed you were the only one who believed us. Open minds will never be the same without you. I'm hoping the times you shared with us will sprout new rhymes in everyone you loved and trust. It's true. You are loved by so many. Plenty of lives felt your magic. It's tragic as this is. I choose to remember how you lived. Gifted with a slick wit, you were always on point. No pen pun intended. More like a reference to a joint. Your aura left us feeling so high. So many times deep in ourselves, you made us laugh and cry, think for ourselves, and question why. Reality bending, profound, plus I'm happy you found us and never left. Even without breath, you're still around us. We're truly blessed to have your soul in our lives. We'll see you again someday when we all open our eyes. That was that piece. And then in Chaos Magic fashion, I know I only usually read one piece to start this, but like I said, I gotta give it up to my brother here. So this is a piece that him and I wrote together. It's called Telekinesis Thesis. And I'm not gonna try to do his voice. I'm just gonna read it the best I can. Um, yeah, he starts off by saying this: Interstellar travel is within our grasp. Though the distances are immense as space is vast, time and space itself are constructs of the mind. It is within that final frontier we will find. Like spooky action at a distance implies on quantum entanglement our thought flies. Intent is key. turning conception into reality. I push with my mind, not my mentality. Knowing is the path that breaks belief. Matter is factually in need of relief, releasing its potential energy, will, and intent, the perfect synergy. Time and space will bend to our will, travel in the blink of an eye, a new human skill to transport us to dimensions as yet unknown. Galactic consciousness, my mind is blown. The multiverse beckons an endless delight, poetic compositions of words made of light. Don't think, just believe. Like pushing pixels on a screen, every atom entwined with those in my mind. My hand moves with no thought, the mug slides to a new spot. As above, so below, feel the power of my flow to transform the logos, the ethos into paradoxical pathos, to transcend the singularity, see the whole with crystal clarity. Dare I say, if I may, the truth is, you think you're awake, it's just an illusion. No confusion, simply focus. There's no hocus pocus. Know this, feel this, make it real. Matter will move if you break the seal. From DNA to spiral galaxies, we're spun out of this world. We have won. We're about to get bliss-tastic, tripping the light fantastic, epic journeys through time and space, encounter the Godhead face to face, in the mirror every day, fractal visions that time cannot decay. That was a beautiful collab that I did with Megas and them. And if y'all don't mind either, yo, Elemental, shout out to you, man. You had me fucking crying like 20 minutes before I started the show. With such a beautiful tribute that you did for Megas. So I'm gonna share this with y'all because I don't know, it hit me in the boo boo, and I felt that I wanted to burn a little sage, light a joint, and sit back and dedicate this show to Megas. And yeah, so I'm gonna share a screen and share this beautiful thing that my boy Elemental made for us. So if I can remember what I did, they changed it all up now. Am I sharing screen? I hope y'all can see and hear this. Oh, let's make some good trouble. I can always count on you. Do your best to fix this mess. Spit a poem or two. Truth is the power in your words. Truth is the power, what I heard. Let's make some good trouble. Heard the words you said. Let's make some good trouble, even while you're in that bed. Let's make some good trouble, like John Lewis said. You can rest now upon this bed of poems. You can rest now upon this bed of poems. Washington Square, a borrowed mic, your words in flight. I remember you there. It felt like freedom. Let's make some good trouble. I can always count on you. Speaking truth to power. Spit a poem or two. Hard
Birds in migration send you love. Hearts in migration send you love. Let's make some good trouble. Heard the words you said. Let's make some good trouble, even while you're in that bed. Let's make some good trouble, like John Lewis said. You can rest now upon this bed of thorns. You can rest now upon this bed of thorns. You can rest now upon this bed of thorns.
Hey Tom, you're muted.
Oh, son of a bitch. Anyways, like I was saying,
Did you need me?
basically what I was saying, much shorter now. Elemental man, like I heard that just before starting tonight's show, you know, and he was weighing real heavy in on my mind. And he let me know that everything's all right and like keep doing what you're doing, you know. And so I wanted to dedicate this show to him and stuff, and really keep the spirit of him alive within us all. And yeah, and I seen that, boy. You had me in tears, man. I thought I had my shit together. I see that. I was almost in tears watching it again, and I want to thank you, Elemental, for creating that and the quotes that you chose from his poems and the clips and stuff. Like you did really good with that, man, and I appreciate you for that, like deeply. So
I
everybody,
appreciate y'all, for real.
yeah,
Just something that I felt that I needed to do for our friend. Shout out Joski C for an amazing song.
I love the song choice too. Like I was saying, Joski, right? With that, like it was just you did amazing. Like Gustav smiling at that for sure, for sure.
Listen, again, I was thinking, just to share with y'all, I was thinking some people, when they lose someone they care about, some people light a candle because that may be all they can do. Some people, you know, say a prayer. Some people may write a song. I felt that I had a certain set of skills that I could do something for my friend. And then Joski just did the rest really. And it just, trust me, if you feel emotional about it, I'm thankful because I had to sit through that about 50
Yeah,
times.
to edit, yeah, oh gosh, yeah, to put, oh,
But you know, I believe it's worth
it
it.
needed to
It's
be done. Fuck yeah, it was worth
emotional.
it, man. And I could tell you
Um,
from somebody who really loved and respected the man, like thank you for taking that time for us.
it was really all my pleasure. No one asked me to do that, folks. I just did it because I wanted to say goodbye to my friend. That's all.
Really appreciate it, man. Like this place wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for him. Straight up, we're gonna miss him. And but he's still right here. He's forever immortalized within Open Minds. So we're gonna continue to do what we do. And in Gustav fashion, the show must go on. So we love you. And coming up next, we have Terri Rose. Terri, if you could bless us with some words, I would
She's not
greatly
in at
appreciate.
the
Oh,
moment.
she's not. Okay, then you want to move on to yourself, Dre?
I guess
Let's
it's
do
me.
that. What's going on tomorrow? You Elemental, I hear so got some shit twerking up tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow? And bless us with some
Oh,
words, brother.
oh, hey everybody. God, it is not easy going after that tribute a second night in a row. Hi everybody. So tomorrow we got the Slam Jam with a corrected flyer of the Slam Jam. because it's been a week, as it's been for everybody. Tomorrow we have Elemental as our special guest coach. And if you know that tomorrow it's about to go down. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this Zoom room. It's going to be a good time. Elemental is a word god. That's who Elemental is. And he is the host of
Straight up.
New
Elemental.
Rican Poets Cafe every Thursday
You're my favorite
night.
rapper, and you're not even a rapper. Like, I love you.
Now I got 2 poems for y'all. I've been spitting this one out on Monday. I spat this out last night. I feel like it's a proper tribute because, I don't know, I just felt Magus's energy when I wrote this out on Monday. This is called Word Junkie. My name is Andres Reyes, and I am an addict. I am addicted to the feeling of pen on paper, juicy words that the page will savor, creating poetry that influences radical behavior. When it's a passion, it's never a labor. So let's take artistic expression straight, no chaser, and scream the eternal cries resting within Mother Nature. May all our poems be star-destined prayers that become future lifesavers to the ones who may be our future engravers. I'm addicted to the community, the feeling of unrivaled unity, achieving spiritual immunity, not feeling like a minority, the wonderful souls and personalities where every day is a ceremony, a celebration of our humanity. I am addicted to the energy of comfortably showing vulnerability, relaying hurts into healing creatively, and relaying that into a frequency from mind to throat to technology to the world around me with the hope that maybe my words can provide validity in someone's reality. I'm addicted to poetry. Can you feel me? My system refuses to make antibodies for the creative bug that embodies all of me. I'm addicted to poetry and the ability it gives me to be a little wild, a little crazy, testing language, pushing it to its boundaries just to see what it could be for shits and giggles and scientific theory. I'm addicted to poetry and the spiritual liberty it brings to me. I'm a word junkie whose only fix is poetry. Again, my name is Andres Reyes, and I am an addict. There is no high in the world that compares to spoken word. Poem. I got one more for y'all.
Hold on. Wow.
Yeah, I need to breathe after that one.
Yeah, catch your breath. That shit was fire, bro. What the fuck?
Now, this other one is a fucking 180 in terms of attitude and vibe. I just got into a rabbit hole into thinking, what if Hulk Hogan was a decent person? And and my mind came up with this piece called Pasta Mania. You'll see. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I've been exercising more muscle than my 26-inch pythons as of late. And I'm talking about the big muscle, the most important muscle, the big noodle, the brain, and not the Bobby Heenan variety, dude. Me and the Hulkamaniacs have been doing our research on global warming with the... I'm sorry, I can't say that. With the sea levels rising, many natural habitats are in danger, brother. There's no shame in crying when the world around you is suffering and you feel that spiritual bond between you and the living forces or living, breathing forces of life that build the planet's ecosystem brick by brick, getting stronger and stronger by the second to the point that it's palpitating faster than a stampede of intergalactic shooting stars through every square millimeter of your veins, and you're overwhelmed with empathy, brother. And if that wasn't enough, My heart bleeds for all the Hulkamaniacs who go hungry worldwide that go hungry worldwide, what they would do for a simple meal, man. But then it got me to thinking on how we could kill maybe 2 birds with 1 stone, brother. First, holy crap, I lost my place and my breath. Give me a moment. First, I had to go to another universe, a whole new frontier, to obtain secret knowledge that binds all human things together. I went to college, Mean Gene, and I came up with an elaborate college-educated plan that would end both world hunger and the rising sea level problem, brother. I went to great lengths to fund research, and honestly, we don't really know what we're dealing with here, man. And I'm just a little worried that about the level of influence I have. But if there's something I learned in life, is that Hulkamania is the greatest and most powerful force in the universe. And we're about to give birth to something greater, to a whole new movement. And that's Pasta Mania, brother. You heard right, Pasta Mania. What happens when you cook pasta? When you cook pasta, the pasta absorbs the water, and there is less volume inside the pot. It's just a matter of doing the same thing, but in a grander scale, man. You don't have to add salt to the boiling water in our oceans, brother. And who doesn't love pasta? Who doesn't love pasta, brother? Who doesn't love pasta sucking down? Who doesn't love sucking down some saucy spaghetti, or gnawing on some gnocchi, or feeding on some fettuccine, or ravaging on some ravioli, or macking on some Mac Jack? We have so much pasta, we'll be literally swimming in it, man. So rising sea levels, world hunger, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when Pasta Mania runs wild on you? Home.
All right. What are y'all gonna do but give it up for my boy Dre?
That was fucking baller. That was
Oh yeah, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. You got that shit, brother. Turn that turnbuckle some sideways and stick it straight.
good shit.
Oh yeah, brother. That's why I love you, man. Hey, so Karen Melander-Magoon has to leave. And Paul's cool with going after the feature. So Karen, if you have some
Thank
words you'd like
you.
to bless us
Thank you,
with.
Thomas. So nice to see you and all. Yeah, I love solve the problem of the rising ocean and the acidification of the ocean and world hunger with pasta. I love it. A great solution. Okay, I've got a couple poems here. Some short, some long. We'll just decide what works. Gigantic moon. The gigantic moon rests against the horizon, filigreed shadows embroidering her face like a dark veil, while clouds, still white, provide her cushions. In the morning, wisps of tiny clouds spread across the horizon like lost sheep, wait for the sun to shepherd them across the sky. Gray sheep, gradually turning all colors and then white against blue, are flown across by gulls and crows heralding a new day. Serenading sheep, now transformed into large puffs of cotton, ambling slowly across the morning sky. Water of life. This is a little longer. One day the world was dry. There was no ocean. Water became a miracle, perhaps from icy asteroids, perhaps from the center of Earth, perhaps originating from mist. Yet water came, flooding the earth, remaining to bring life. Water of life, nurturing microbes, nurturing plants, nurturing swimming creatures, nurturing climbing creatures, nurturing humankind, originating from primates who came from reptiles, from mammals, originating from water and learning to live on land with water, water of life, waiting to nourish life everywhere on dry planets in a universe, an ineffable universe of light and fire where water is life, produces miracles in a living universe, replete in carbon and oxygen and washed in Water. I have a real short one that I wrote just a little bit ago called Love Remains Unexplained. Silent or noisy, complete or unfinished, seen or unseen, either side of the mirror, wild or tame, sought or found, remembered, forgotten, lost, yet not disappeared through forgetfulness. As we say, those we love who pass remain alive as long as they are remembered, and so live forever. Thank you. This is the month that I remember my lost husband, whom I lost 8 years ago. So kind of for him. Thank you.
So it is live on forever. Thank you so much for that. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Karen, Melander-Magoon.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Gorgeousness.
Right, so coming up next on the list is Alex Phoung. Alex, you have a poem for us today.
Yes, and I put in the chat so everyone can read. And yes, I'm just writing comments in the chat. Yeah, Marianne's birthday is coming up too. Okay, so yes, I did talk to my counselor about Gustav, and my grandfather's funeral was 2 years ago, but I'm moving on in life, so let's do these 2 poems, okay? Take a look at a book. The power of literature is undeniable, and even if reading takes a while, earn knowledge by learning, which can be very rewarding. And remember to remain pure, especially since no one knows for sure what will happen within reality. And even if books contain fictional elements, marvel at language full of elegance and eloquence. So read to comprehend as well as understand how to make life better all across the land, and also care for the beauty of nature, especially since books come from trees, to live upon the earth as a member of society. Next poem is about Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare in Love, because I was watching that stuff on YouTube yesterday. Why, wherefore means why. Within the tragedy of Juliet and Romeo, that tale full of woe has a fact that only a few know. And the question, wherefore art thou, actually means, why are you Romeo? And given the complexity of human identity, wondering where to go can reveal how life is like a theatrical show. So let the play go on after the rise of dawn, in search of the mystery that surrounds reality, and discover to uncover whatever life might have in store while learning to love more and more. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alex. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Mr. Barrett and Alex Phoung.
Thank you, Mr. Bear. Thank you, Mr. Bear. And it's true, wherefore means why in Shakespearean language.
She's like,
Yeah.
why are you Romeo? That's why I say to
Yeah,
my
but I thought
cat,
what
we have
it
a cat
actually
named Romeo. And I'm like, what are you even? You're the coolest cat ever. Like, why? Why are you? Thank you so much, Alex. All right, so coming up next on the list, we've got Cora, and in the feature, PoetikDesire and GodChild. Cora, could you bless us with some words?
Well, I'm gonna read something a little downer. I just wrote this, and then I'll read something a little bit more uppity. This is called Afraid, and it stems from a question that a friend asked me. He asked me, what are you afraid of? And so such a direct question is hard for me as a poet to not go into, and to avoid the subject, I think. I've written about this a lot, but another poem about fear, I guess. I am afraid of letting people in, letting people inside my walls, walls of self-destruction, surrounding walls built by the faces I've worn to get away from the hands, reaching for the doorknob 10 yards away, perpetual, tunneling away into infinity so you can never reach it. I am afraid of letting people in, letting people understand that I am completely different than who I am. I am broken glass fused by an amateur artist with viral enamel of shrapnel dangling like ornaments shriveled by hellfire oven. Broiled over baskets of oranges, baking in the sun, citrus juice spraying from white rinds into paper cuts, cuts scrunched up like a doorway broken, stinging nettle inside, stinging nettle into the eye until the pain subsides, gone away. I am afraid of having ties. Having a roof over my head that feels like homestead. Homestead feels like comfort, stagnation, trapped, tormented to the same every day, same every day, same every light fixture of the ceiling fan, eager to give headaches. Headaches. When I trace the corners of the drywall, why can't I live in an oval? I am so used to spiraling, spiral time, spiral mind, spiral uphill battle, down mountain, up cavern, around the bends of giving in tension, giving up a pension plan of I have no idea of what the fuck I'm doing. I want to get off. Cash in. I am afraid of having ties to people. Having friendships that mean more than shallow chill sessions and time invested, investing love and beauty, into loving people without hiding behind a barrier, building futures with friends only for them to leave and prosper, leave and wither, leave and never wake to see the ocean again. Leave and believe I wasn't giving enough, leave and believe I was giving too much, leave a trail of bricks for me to fantasize over. Building blocks of faults, of missteps, Lego bricks pointed into the tendon of soul, a reminder of my true character within, playful, colorful, a rhombus of innovation without skillful communication. I am afraid of communicating. Why can't we speak in diagrams, every word a single purpose, no dual meanings or inflections, sarcasm defeated in the realm of step by step by step by. Actually, I'm tired of this poem. I am tired of the stagnation of litigations. I wish I were mute every time I speak without thinking. I am obtuse every time I speak after thinking. I am hypotenuse of a roundabout message, spiraling into what ifs, turn into stagnant, blasphemous reason, a vehicle of bloated awareness, regurgitating wisdom like some archaic scientist with no lab to experiment in. I am afraid of letting people in. Behind the organization and facade of confidence interwoven into facial expressions is nothing. Nothing but the mess of my affirmations, fighting for space on the whiteboard between equations, quantifying every little detail in a conversation, every flicker of body language, every struggle to breathe through the tension of formulaic expressions formed when my emotions were little more than a problem to solve by my parents. Parents who taught me how to analyze life through a filter of black and white, who taught me how to stay hidden when I couldn't do the math, couldn't validate the numbers spewing so fast from words spit out without motion, emotions cut into pieces, LOVE, non-existent, anxiety and fear ever presently confirming that the phrase my mother always used to say, silence is golden. Plain and simple, true to present, I am afraid of letting people in because I am always one step away from an identity crisis after all. How can I live without fear when every silver lining I put my faith in is as fluid and fragile as my very own skin? Poem.
Yo, what the fuck? That was like next level rating at the beginning of that thing. She's like, that was beautiful. Everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for Cora.
Do I have time for one more?
Oh yeah. Oh, I was so lost in that other one. I lost the whole concept of time. You blew my mind with it.
Thank you. I have one
Yeah.
that's not so, well, has to do with healing. I wrote this a long time ago when I was grieving. This is called Astringent. The healing is the hardest part. Not the tears blinding the eyes, not the anger burning in the heart, not the pain of trusting guys. No, healing is the hardest part. Healing requires you to be brand new, to scrub the wound clean, to rub astringent over inflammation running rampant through the blood, working too hard to get oxygen and strength, to pull the mind from abyss, to carefully unearth skull from sand. It's not the pit inside the chest that feels so cold and weary. It's the first attempt to bundle up, to stay warm with your own hearth that makes you shiver in theory. It's not the boxes of things donated while the mind is under duress. It's the space you create to rehabilitate, to shelter in place, despite the pain that helps you organize the mess within. Healing is the heaviest part of the rebinding together the broken shards that you thought would never stitch. The picture appears mangled and warped from the outside looking in, the inside looking out at a reflection of the person you used to see, used to be. Healing is not pretty. It isn't the beautification of the skin that drives you to succeed. It is the destruction of all that you were, the creation of who you will be, that helps you set free, that helps you feel free. It is not the rebuilding of skin cells forming like coffee stains. It is the back-breaking labor building your home over and over that protects you from hurricanes. The you that comes won't be perfect, but it will grow and begin to fit. Healing is the I can work with this feeling, growing stronger by the minute while energy depletes from the weaving, the overthinking, over the means of how you manage to heal. It is the word healing regurgitated, flipped inside out until you can no longer wonder what makes you stronger. Was it the crying on the floor? Was it the grief burning in the throat? Was it the remnants of a mask you wore that helped you recognize the truth hidden behind it? Or is it the fact that healing is truly hard because it requires every ounce of you? Thanks, Phoung.
Cora, you're so dope. Everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Cora Gray.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
I'm convinced Cora's a badass. And
Right.
I've seen Cora, right? Cora's like really just quiet, but Cora's a quiet badass. Great to hear you, Cora.
Appreciate you.
Over in my area, we got to call Cora hardcore.
Wait, what is that?
It's like a really like exaggerated Bostonian accent trying to say hardcore. And it kind of
Oh,
sounds like I'm saying core.
hardcore. Hardcore. Huh?
Hardcore.
You park your car in the yard?
Yeah.
Cool. I love that.
Fucking.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, Cora. Coming up next up, we got our double feature for the night. Residing in Virginia, he's in North Fork, she's in Chesapeake. Both GodChild the Omen and PoetikDesire have remained as mainstays of the Hampton Roads poetry scene, plus some online poetry scene. I've been seeing y'all around. I love y'all. To know GodChild the Omen is to know a legend. A godchild that has been very influential as a poet, host, MC, recording artist, poetry coach, etc. He's been published and has released 5 spoken word albums. He is always seeking to find and bring poetry where it isn't. Anywhere the people are, he seeks to showcase the art of poetry, spoken word. PoetikDesire is a tech-savvy creative spirit who first ventured out into the local poetry scene as the Chesapeake Poetry Examiner. She has continued to write, share her poetry at local and online events, and has been published in various poetry collections. As she says, "My life is like a diary. I share it with the world," where she often writes from personal experiences, mostly on the subjects of love and many other topics as well. If y'all ain't following these two creative, beautiful souls, y'all need to. I'm gonna post the info in the chat here for y'all. Yeah. PoetikDesire GodChild. If y'all can bless us with a feature, I would greatly appreciate it.
Peace, everybody. How you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Oh, and condolences to Gustav, right? Condolences. You know what I'm saying? Well, all I can say is ladies first.
All right. So since I see we were kind of doing a tribute there, I mean, that was all a surprise. He was a wonderful spirit and everything. So it's sad that our community has lost him. I do have a poem that I can share in general in dedication to that. So this one is called Stars in the Sky. What if the stars in the sky are windows looking out of heaven, and the essence of its light shines from the spirit it beckons? A spirit which too soon left this earth, launching itself to the heavens above, to peer through that window from the other side, keeping a watchful eye on the ones they love. A gateway between our two worlds, this window in the evening sky, is a portal through which our lost loved ones shine through when we wish to have them nearby. For on our side of this starry night window, we seek solace in our moment of grief, hoping that the spirit of our lost loved one has crossed over and found heavenly peace. Praying that all their pain and suffering has healed and no longer troubles them, so that we may find some peace of mind in knowing their spirit arrived safe and happy. Still, nothing will ever be the same. You are no longer here with me, but through the memories that we have shared, you will always live on through the heart of me. This isn't goodbye. Just gotta lift my head to the sky, knowing that you are shining down on me from heaven, peering through your starry night window, wishing the same wish that those of us left behind are safe, happy, strong, and able to go on living. Right? And then let's see.
Thank you very much for that piece. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So GodChild will come up next, but let me share this real quick that I wrote for him a while back. It was a picture. It was a picture he had, and he was holding one of his notebooks that he writes in. So I came up with this short poem based on the picture of it. My fingers are smoking hot from these words I write, binded in this notebook's lyrical pot, where I aim to shoot out words of inspiration, transcribing what I envision of what our life experiences are all about. This, you see, is my calling that is within my sight, forever aiming at the poet in me to spit fiery words on the mic. So beware this loaded notebook, cocked and ready with inked bullets of words piercing your heart and soul, emotions sealed in proverbial caskets. So we'll see what he's going to share tonight. Whatever it is, it's going to be awesome. Here's his next one.
She over here sneaking, looking at me with my pictures and whatnot. I see what you're doing. All right, yeah, like he was saying, I got at least like 4 albums I have that I recorded. If you like to get anything, just let me know. And I'll send them to you or whatnot. If you want a physical copy, yeah, that's one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them. I got a few albums, but let's go and get into it. Lose your mind. Let it fall into the page. And then plant your feet until you become part of the stage. Become a vessel, unrecognizable to your own self, to the point that even your mother is skeptical, thinking that you have to be someone else. I mean, whatever you're doing, be what you're doing. Misplace yourself on purpose. Be the embodiment of out of body on surface until your epidermis matches your inner workings. So you got to get out to get in. I mean, you got to get in to get out. I mean, look, whatever way you're going, just choose a different route. Just make sure you don't know where you're going, because there is no destination. It's only a journey, and the journey is eternity, trying to find forever within a few minutes. See me like I get older after I write every sentence, but I write like periods don't exist. Well, only ones by women. I mean, be so into what you're into that you become the utensil and people can actually eat off you. Now that's food for thought. or rather thought for food. That way, while you're feeding them, they will never get full. That's manner and grammar. Questions become inadequate for answers. You go in, but at the entrance or exit or backwards, dyslexic actually project mental calisthenics, making your synapses flex. I mean, rapid eye movement while you're wide awake. Avatar state, making the words that lay heavy on your heart levitate because what you have to say has weight. See, thoughts are things. All things come from thought. So by that logic, if I think hard enough, I could actually conjure some shit up. I mean, freestyle creation with or without mics. Acoustics are translucent. Sound touches light. And then bend sight right in front of eyes. Metamorphosize. Shapeshift. Make your expression so expressive that it actually gives a crowd a facelift. See, you didn't know you were genetically predisposed to this. You just had to be introduced to it. And as soon as you were, it was like kismet. A predestined prerequisite, what seems impossible becomes effortless. That's when word actually becomes flesh. Bones dressed in loose leaf like you bleed ink. I mean, tantric speech, knees weak, still able to stand up for what you speak, but all you are is thought put in shell. A masterpiece in the frame so frail. Like, look, I said all that shit to say, imagine the goosebumps with braille. If you could feel me, it ain't hard to tell. If you can look at me, it's something like Morse code as well, because only with your hands and your eyes you can read or spell the unlifted veil. I'm so much in my zone that it feels like home. And that's exactly the moment where I started writing that poem.
Hey
Yo, what the fuck, yo?
Yo. First, two things. One, East, where the f you been hiding this cat? Two, bruh.
He's been hiding himself, but yeah.
Yo, that shit was so dope, bro.
Bruh, you sound like Big Rude. I don't know if you're familiar with Outkast. But
He was one of my inspirations back in the day. Yeah, one of my inspirations because I started out rhyming.
A lot like Big Rude, bro. A lot like Big Rude.
I started out rhyming, but it was like the poetry really got attention because cats was rhyming like real fast and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? The caves was crazy, but as soon as I spit a rhyme a cappella, everybody was like, "Oh, that's what you were saying."
That's very. Say
And
that
then
shit straight from
like
the
I
heart.
was
And it
like, "Oh,
sound like
you really listening? Like, wait a minute, forget a beat. I don't need to do the beats for the album." You know what I'm saying? But when you get on the mic, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let the words go. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, y'all come on, East. I know you got something. God damn it, let's go.
And it's nice to see you again. Yeah, that's one of my favorites of his. I love that one. All right, so this one's on the subject of poetry too. All right. Stored in my heart are stories waiting to be told, pumping out pages of facts versus opinions, fantasy versus reality, secrets versus truths. Creations of reminiscent ruminations seeking to stream beneath veins of fleshed imaginations. Oozing into the bloodstream flows floods of prose and poetry. Cunning wordplay injects me with a liquid rush of inked verses, thick with oxygenated lifelines. Warmth of scarlet languages send spine-tingling chills of sacrificial knowledge circulating a rhyming voyage within these vessels. My whole being is filled with artistic essence, giving me breaths of inspired life, surviving bandaged cuts of strife. I am constantly healing from ruptured, congealed stains of critiques that can cut so deep. But no matter the blood type of experiences that course throughout my existence, my blood can become your blood. A bond saving my life and yours as I bleed my emotions out through a blood flow of ink until it enters into your bloodstream. Sample droplets of my poetry, a transfusion of shared, resurrected relatability, mattering only to those whose soul found purity of immunity through beats of vitality within heartfelt bloodstreams of poetry. All right, let's see.
yeah, that was fire. That was fire.
If she did something for me, I'll do something for her. Damn, she fly. She fly like her wings got wings. She is a cherubim plucking my heartstrings, playing the sweetest things like a canvas could sing. Like music that touches the places causes goosebumps. Immaterial yet attached. I can never get enough of too much of that. She make my cup runneth over. And she'll in turn run over when I put my words on her, Niagara down her thigh pasture, but she did not cry to supply this river. See, a tongue mentally makes a closed levee quiver. Going from dry land to an isthmus until you can see nothing in the distance, but I'm buoyant for her enjoyment. And I pay attention to her details like it's my employment, and I love my job. I love my job like Job loved God, even after all his afflictions. She is the most natural prescription that cannot be prescribed by physicians. I stick, she transmission. She's a slippery when wet sign when I'm in pole position, pop her clutch in juxtaposition, periodically adjust position, and for some strange reason, she loves my diction. See, my conversation involves a vagina monologue. I'm speaking in tongues, whispering on her sweet spots, and the response causes a dialogue. Now, that's real talk. See, my main interest is to be closer to her than her pigment. We are kismet. Our connection is photosynthesis. Hold it. I don't want to get caught up in the moment, not wanting anything to go unnoticed until we make a joyful noise with a cacophonous. She is flood, I am Moses. I provide the rod or staff. She my ocean elixir, antidote, potion, performing alchemy in slow motion in our skin. Having no idea where she ends or I begin is when we don't notice that we are two separate entities reenacting the memory, past tense of remembering, in which in present tense we are now just entering. Hold up. We don't notice that we are two separate entities reenacting a memory, past tense of remembering, in which in present tense we are now just entering.
Bruh. Lord.
East, get his ass to New York.
And that's all the
Yeah.
album I
Hey, what
got
are you doing
called.
on Thursday nights, man? You gotta go through to Elemental Show at the New
Fire, bro.
Eureka Poets Cafe.
That's
Show up there with that
heavyweight
flow.
work, bro.
Yeah.
And then you loving the queen. Like, that's heavyweight work, bro.
Yeah, and that's all. The first one I did is off my second album. And that one is that was called Personology. That's the one I just showed. And that one is off an album I did, a theme album called Woman, acronym without mentioning any names. So it's a whole theme, women, you know what I'm saying? Because I recorded a lot of joints about women and I was like, oh, that's going to be one album. And so, yeah.
Fire.
Yes, that's a really good one. I think he has some that he can show. Oh, here it is. Here's the Woman album. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna show. There we go. But if I can find the Google thing I put together, I can send you guys a link where you can maybe order any of those from him if you'd like. So yes, that's a good one that he's got. I love that one. All right, so here's one that's a full-blown poem then for him as well then. Entranced by the mystical lore of his voice, my eyes begin to close. Let my sense of sound be magnified as I hear my name in your melody, singing loudly and sweetly with supreme crescendo to the synergistic rhythmic tune of my amethyst heart beating to burgundy beats. A heart filling with amorous ardor, dancing with intensity to his vocalized vibrations, until pink diamond crest of desire swell in bursts of rippling, rapturous responsiveness where I melt away as quickly as ice cream on a hot summer's day. There's no controlling the instantaneous effect his voice has on my bodily functions, leaving me quivering with stimulations of anticipation, leaving me dripping wet with desired ecstasies. through untouchable strokes of his lipped sound waves, breaking through barriers of skinned flesh, flowing beneath hidden caverns of skeletal seductions. Intently immersed in each word spoken, I'm completely enveloped in his sultry whispers, absorbing the full mystical divinity of my heart entangled with his tantalizing whispers until the soothing relief of feeling his voice echoing deep within me probes my eyelids to slowly open, look deep into his ebony eyes, and beg to taste the kissable words escaping his lips. Hear his mystical, alluring voice transform into satisfying moans of eroticized inflections that play in murmurs of silenced communication, becoming a melody of harmonious juxtaposition.
So y'all just gonna rewrite love poems this evening, huh? I feel you.
Elements, I say, y'all just gonna break the game and change it on us. All right, yeah, okay. That's what we doing. We doing is it.
All right, let's go back in. These aged double barrel shots I take ain't blanks. Cups become like biggest fish tanks. Call me the aquatic alcoholic, feeling like I'm under the sea on the dock of Parrot Bay, trying to pose like Captain Morgan. Man, you can squeeze out an organ, get 80 proof. Drinks on me. See, a drunk man speaks a sober mind, confessing 80 truths on me. See, I drink so I wouldn't think, pass out and repeat. Think, drink, pass out and repeat. Not a monogamous drinker either. I cheat. Anything with ethanol. The higher the content, the lower my conscience. Is that GodChild or Godzilla the monster? Can I have another as a mantra? I got a joke. I walk into a bar and don't drink. Sometimes be so effed up, my hand come full gripped on an imaginary cup. See, drinking has a problem with me. In an abusive relationship with myself, acting like I got beat with someone else, but then seeing my reflection in the bottom of a bottle or top shelf, man, I could drink a drunk under the table. A glass half full is about to be as empty as my inside, so now we use ink as my intoxicants. My obstacles become topical. See, look, I'm not an alcoholic. See, I'm a connoisseur of cocktails. I'm a beverage aficionado. I'm just partial to partaking in chemical agents so frequent, fragrant, and evasive, feeling like a terminally ill patient stuck in stasis. I'm sick of myself. Like a bullet in the mirror, I pick on myself. Image. I don't like when I see when I'm not me. See, happy hour, man, that's an all-day, everyday thing. But this smile is inverted with the euphemism inserted like, I'm all right, that's lip service. It's like I'm allergic to being sober. Conversations with cocktails, chased with ale, pass out like I want my kidneys to fail. But they say the actions dictate your fate. So if I keep going this way, I end up being an example of what not to do, not asking for pity, simply just letting you know my beer goggles are empty. No more eyes wide shut. I'm gonna exercise this demon like I got Satan doing push-ups. I want to make a toast to everyone who's ever felt like a nobody without a cup. Stay thirsty, my friends, for life. Because being a drunk, you'll never drink enough. Cheers.
Damn, man, it feels, bro.
Oh, and that's on my third album, Band-Aids Over Bullet Wounds.
So about how much time do we have left for that? Oh,
Yo, y'all got as much time as you want. Tonight is y'all night. We're here to hear
Band-Aids
you.
Over Bullet Wounds. So that has
So,
some other poems on there, some other good ones on different subjects. So
yeah, I don't like to put a time limit on creativity. Like,
I just checked.
we're here to, yeah, do what you gotta do.
We're here to give you some good stuff then. I thirst for your liveliness, spontaneous eruptions of chilled togetherness. Pour your love into me. Your love is all I need, giving me a natural high like weed. Dazed and confused, yet floating on cloud nine, this feeling so sublime, so chill. We be vibing. whether amongst crowds or just us two in soothing silence. The room is spinning with deafening sounds, honing in on your whispered words, cutting through the vibrational air. A myriad of reverberations, I can fine-tune the volume, remove the background noise, hear only your voice. Get up close and personal like a singer's lips kissing the mic's tip, stroked by spoken words. Love emanates through humming harmonious beats. I can feel your steady breath sending quivering shivers. I can feel your gentle touch adding intensified sensations. Let me show you how your love stimulates me. Dancing, grooving, grinding against you, absorb my sexy smooth moves. Hug you, kiss you, hold you close, fingers tracing bodily contours. Let's bounce and pounce, vibe and jive, close our eyes, get lost in the music of us. Syncopated drums of escapism, attracting eyes of voyeurism. Intuitively, I can sense your magnetic, ethereal presence, no matter where you are in this room. So let's raise a glass of dipsomania, drinks clinking, ice cubes jingling like tambourines rattling, craving this intoxicating connection in our own VIP section, vibing in private, going viral in public.
What?
Do anything else after this one?
Okay, I'll do that. In 1976, these natives who've been living like they always have since there's been a sense were visited by missionaries who came to save them from themselves, offering hell in the form of heaven. See, a language barrier divided their speech, so they couldn't properly teach their doctrines. Their conversations got lost in translation because these natives didn't have a word for sin, repent, or resurrection. So really, how could you teach Christianity then? How can you tell someone about Christ if they never heard the word sin in their life? Or can even grasp the concept that something like this could even exist, but the missionaries' motto is to get the lost at any cost. So they persisted offering hell in the form of heaven. Since these natives didn't get their message, they had to try a new method. See, these missionaries went back, studied their language, got it translated in the New Testament, saying that their ancestors' blasphemous behavior led to the death of Christ, their Savior. They converted that whole tribe in a day. Now tell me that ain't the best way to make a slave. Tell me you can't see the genius and evil ways brilliant, knowing that humans are so resilient in survival and spirit, look, force the old and teach the young until they're old, and then their young will follow in tow. Habitual rituals turn them into drones, but ask them the origins of their faith, they don't know and don't want to know. Make generations obey to the point that it is so engraved that they teach their offspring the same trained ways that they were raised, and that cadence stays, shit, they'll make each other slaves. Now, what if they took this plan but on a bigger stage? I mean, humans are essentially sheep, argumentative, abnormal, disguised as a system of belief. Missionaries manipulating that chief, that was small. What if the plan was to get them all? Get the lost, the ending causes the mantra, looking for heaven and only hell is offered. And I can't help to think that these missionaries taught them about sin in the first place. Their people didn't know evil, didn't know lies till they were lied to, and you call it giving them the truth. But I ask you, is this what Jesus would do? Because one thing I know that God cannot do, even if tried, and that's lie. So your sermon becomes a diatribe. You're seeing people living righteous lives, mixed with your self-righteous pride, and you guilt-tripping me and threatening me at the same damn time. But you, he died, and if you don't believe in him, you're going to fry verbatim. Only Satan would make such an ultimatum. You might as well say that trying to give me the good word while a gun is at my cranium. Kudos to Willie Lynch. But Roman Emperor Constantine and King James was the shit. Because they had the world hook, line, sinker, a loaf of bread, and 2 fish. Philistines claiming to be down with the king. But if you touch the hem of his garment, you find that the material is the same, no matter what the language, image, or the name. That's what fellowship really means. Am I such a low being and I can learn about God from you, but you can't learn about God from me? We can't coexist with different beliefs. See, this is where freedom of speech and religious intolerance meets. First, know your God intricately instead of offer me hell when heaven is already inside.
Yo, that was some deep ass shit, bro. That
Yo, it's a
was,
real story. It's a
yeah,
real story. Yo, and
yo,
like I said, I was born in 74, so I was 2 years old when this happened in the United States, in the Colorado Rockies. People out there living peaceful, and the cats went out there and they made a whole Bible. They studied their language. They ain't never seen nobody else but their people. They ain't know what, you know what I'm saying, lying and sin. They don't know nothing about that. They live out there living in peace, and them cats just destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? Took their language,
that's
you know
just
what I'm
fucked up,
saying,
man.
made it into a Bible, gave it to them. They believed it. Because why would somebody just come out the blue and just lie to me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I saw that story and I was like, whoa. So yeah, I wrote that.
The conquistadors.
All
Yo,
right.
fuck that shit, man.
All right, let's revisit one I wrote back on one of the New Year themes that Elemental should have had. Using the word Sangra, which should mean loyalty. So here's that one. Loyalty should be to oneself and family, where blood is supposed to bond, bonded trust and reliability, bonded togetherness and dependency, bonded adorations of worth sought out, bonded encouragement should be given without doubt. Loyalty is a form of commitment. Can't leave, can't delete, can't forsake, can't vacate. Loyalty is thinking more about others, want to please, want to appease, want to do my birthright destined duty, want to need to sacrifice self for the sake of we. But when loyalty to family fails to provide loyalty in return, loyalty to oneself is the most important thing in the world. For I thought blood was sacred, supposed to have the same elements that course through veins of hereditary temperaments, but friends provide better familial attachments than you ever did with your uninvolved detachments. Myself provides better self-motivation than you ever did with your disregarded inclinations. In an instant of wrong choices, a devious winding path I followed, no longer could I seek your unwavering guidance, now judged and stripped of loving acceptance. Blindly, blood dripped, draining me of energy, draining me of sustenance to seek living. You cut me deep when you left me there at the end of my rope, choking in desperation, hoping you'd loosen this noose. For what's your excuse to leave me hanging in misery, knowing unconditional love seems to come with conditions? My loyalty to this family, especially those of lawfully extended relation, should never have been given priority, an upper-handed obligation. For in an instant of disagreeing views, you snatched from me support I once had from you. Yet you act falsely, sympathetically genuine, attempt to communicate your rationale, manipulative objectives I see right through. See how I have more sensible empathy than your morale. Blood is not as bonding of an agent. When it comes to certain familiar relationships, blood only matters when thicker than water isn't diluted into sangria, well, I mean sangre, to bleed weakly and meekly when blood fails to flow strongly, where those of watery dispositions can form more solidarity, taken on a changing form to prove that loyalty, it only has basis in the form of connections that love without question.
Yo, what?
Yo, East is a beast in the best of ways, but for real.
Right?
And it's all thanks to your good prompts y'all have too.
But speaking of which, look, yo, Elemental, Godchild, Godchild, you need to show up at Elemental's show. Elemental, tell him why he needs to show up at your show on Thursday and when and how he can do so.
Oh, I will yell at him later, right? I already know the deal, right? I will yell at you later because I need to get my hands on those albums. But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll do that, man. I don't want to stop the flow. Please continue.
Yeah, they just centerpiece. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 albums. Yeah, I got 3 on, but yeah, just keep it going. Her taste in men would be deemed unsuitable for consumption. Like she's always in the mood for fast food. An untrained palate, stomach, not as big as her eyes. To these dudes, she's like an all-you-can-eat side. Serving nothing but tossed salads, no matter the dressing or the condiments. I mean, compliments that don't even compliment. You with him is like putting mustard on a steak. Appetite for destruction. And you always heard, do not shit where you eat, right? So she just ends up throwing up her last few meals on me like bon appetit. Because what she ate previously really doesn't agree with me. Couldn't digest it properly. Period. Semicolon. I'm not your colon, so I'm not gonna take none of your shit. Obviously, my bag, no colostomy. I'm too seasoned for that. See, my salt and pepper has been looking for a Spinderella so that we can shoot. And then let's talk about sex. And you say what a man I am, while these dudes are in your DM like spam, about as good for you as spam. I mean, everything edible ain't credible. So the fuck what Dr. Seuss endorses green eggs and ham. See, she wants a man which conflicts with them ramen noodle standards. She is a meal fit for a king that did not come from Burger King. I mean, like ladies, like your suitors should be like waiters, you know, order exactly what you want. He brings it to you. It's not to your liking. You tell his ass to send it back. But some of y'all snack on dudes like comfort food. So now you're comfortable with being uncomfortable, late night drive-through or delivery, but 30 minutes later, you're still feeling empty. I mean, hunger for more than what's just offered. And stop feeding these starving Marvins full-course meals and can't even foot the bill. That shit don't make you nauseous. So who's coming to dinner? What's next on the menu? Don't talk with your mouth full. That's rude. You don't play with your food. Because what comes to your table requires the right manners and the correct utensils. You are a dish to die for, high in fiber, no shit, no cheap takeout. I'm talking about bring home the bacon, bun in your oven, after stovetop stuffing, fine dining, proper etiquette on you. You're trying to find a table for 2, right? And not an invitation to a hot dog eating contest. But I digress. Do you want a short order cook or a chef?
Ooh.
Talk that talk, bro.
You are food senpai. Holy shit.
That's the woman album right there. That's the one on the woman album. Somebody I used
Buy
to
that
mentor.
shit. Put the link in the description. Buy that shit.
Somebody I used to
Sounding like
mentor.
Gordon Ramsay up in here.
Somebody I used to mentor, and very close to me. I still call her. She's like a daughter to me to this day. But she was just posting stuff about what dudes was saying to her, and she was, you know, saying she was young, and I'm sitting there like, who are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Who is these dudes? But I just came up with that first line. Your taste in men will be deemed unsuitable for consumption. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like eating a truck stop sushi. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I actually wrote that, recorded it, and sent it to her before I put it out. And she was like, yo, you are on point. And I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Because I didn't want to get rid of it.
One question before you rip, East. Have y'all ever written a collab poem?
Not yet.
Not yet.
This is why I tried to inspire this behavior within the two of them.
Need.
Yeah, I do. Yo, I did this. I set this whole night up. Day after 4th of July, they gonna drop the fireworks, man. I'm up here in Canada, so you know, we celebrate July 1st, and you know, I had to split the difference, a day after day, then whatever. But yeah, drop the fireworks with them, and I figured because I told them y'all come up with a dope back and forth like they have, you know, that's gonna inspire them to make some collab pieces and start writing together and put that fire and that lava and that mixture and just keep doing what y'all are doing and do it
Blood
together
clot.
because it's fucking fire.
Nuclear. That.
A lot of
Blood
mindset.
that.
All right. So this one was inspired by another good woman poet friend of mine. Sometimes people can think she can come off a little too aggressive in her delivery. So she was once told by a man that she came off too aggressive in her delivery, and his belief was women poets should be soft and that she should stop trying to sound like a man, right? Okay, it depends on what the poem is that we're reading, right? So anyways, that inspired this piece. It's not trying to sound like a man, but a woman poet asserting her confidence, commanding her voice be heard, injecting truth where it emotionally hits, with such impact to the listener at their core to feel what she feels, feel what their connection could be to her words, to walk a moment in her shoes, her stilettos with sharp kicks that dig deep where she creeps. For soft, angelic melodies are not always clearly heard, with its flowery scents easily picked from the garden and discarded. Aggressiveness, when done with bewitching ferocity, grabs attention, stops one in their tracks, as they are instantly drawn, hooked to her outspoken allure, to listen closely with intrigue, to what shall obviously be an impactful statement about to slip her lips where such independent rare truths and beliefs can't be stomached by those too weak to handle brute strength of a woman's opinions, her voice shouting loud and clear what her heart and mind firmly values, treasures, honors, respect, paid through her dues to appropriately package her heartfelt deliveries. While some poems do need sweetly perfumed whispers, a kissed meadow of dreamy white fluffy dandelion seeds, blowing wishful imageries into the air for your naivety to capture, others are lined with explosive landmines, volcanic verses sounding like they're filled with curses of fighting words requiring the background sound of a badass girl, with baritone drum cadences bellowing from the depths of her soul. Her style is hers to fashion any way she desires. Her delivery is meant for the intent and tone of how her message should be heard. If her message is clearly heard and understood, attracting naysayer critics to speak up and criticize her methodology, well, then it worked. It ain't broke. She's done her job to make you turn your head her way, to make you listen to what she had to say. You can challenge her all you want, challenge her poetic style, challenge her feelings and ideas, but she ain't changing for no critic, but for her own self, the hardest critic of all. Now, take your inferiority complex and dare do what she does. Write yourself onto paper. Let your vulnerability unfold on stage. Stand front and center to speak your heart unwaveringly. Can you demand a crowd's attention? Can you stand apples thrown at you? Can you stand crickets permeating the air? If you can't, haven't, won't, then does your chastised sound, void of creative style, have any context or meaning to attacking her artful deliveries?
Her artful deliveries for ya.
Let me see, I think I got one more in me. That's cool.
Like I said, I don't like to tell an artist like what art is or how long they should share art. Like that's why I love doing these features, because it's like, yo, we showed up here for you. There's a few, if you're gonna spit out whatever you got for us, you got for us. You wanna drop another one? Yeah, we'd
Yeah.
appreciate it, man.
I could say this was inspired by I could say my mom. My mom taught me how to rhyme. I could say, she taught me memorization. Cause
Yo, that
every
is just
morning,
dopest shit I've ever heard. Your mom,
yo,
your mom taught you to flow that? Good. Like,
yo, and I'm
I
look,
love
check
your
it.
mom. I've
I'm
never met
writing,
her. Just going off of that alone, I love your mom forever.
I'm writing that poem right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing that poem right now. But every morning she would say the 23rd Psalm to me. We would say it together. I learned it from memorization. So my school was like right behind my house. So all I had to do was walk around the corner, I'm at school. So she'd get to the door, you know what I'm saying, put my coat on or whatever, and we'll start saying it. You know what I'm saying? Then I walk out the door, I walk to the corner, turn. By the time I got to the gate at my school, finished
That's like,
amen. You know
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
like, that's such reinforced memorization
Yeah,
schedule.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's why you could flow the way you could float, bro. Like,
Look,
that
it made
trains
me
you
look
right
up the
there.
words. It made me look up the words in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's a rod? What's a staff? It taught me depth. I said, rod and a staff look the same way. It's how you use them. You can lead with it, or you can beat somebody up with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, um, but yeah, every day I would rush to come home to do this. Hip hop, my love for it is historic. It went from 12-inch cassettes, compact disc to downloading. It's generational. I've seen it change, but it's the same. I remember every day coming home from school, Coed Place Elementary, to listen to the Rap Attack on WRAP AM radio. H.J. Ellison was a DJ. My boombox on record and pause, but off. But as soon as I got home, I turned it on and it was on. Unpause. Yes, y'all. Who's battling who? What's the hot new song? I sat in front of my radio like an altar listening to God with posters of deities on my wall. Chuck D, KRS One, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim Allah. That's my Mount Rushmore. Hip hop, I had such a crush on you, making my heart go boom, but back, boom, 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 back. I know what my tribe is called. Daylight my soul. I'm only love this. We jungle brothers with our own native tongues. With this is where you at, not where you from. And where I'm from is this dispensation in my streets, a sphere of activity. Graph writers, b-boys, DJs, and MCs with word wizardry. I went from just seeing it in the streets to looking at it on movies and TV. I remember the first rap video I seen. It was Rock Box by Run DMC. Then it was Chris Thomas, the Mayor of Rap City, the Fab Five Freddy, MTV. I'm giving you history. My people used to battle with videotapes of the greats, leaders of the new school, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. And it don't stop. My life in the sunshine with a black moon in the backdrop, lick up a buckshot. But these Ralph Sampson Pumas and fat laces got me on the path of Ixie strap, travels of rhythm. Hey, yo, can I kick it? No, don't even answer that. I am gonna kick it. It's my,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
missed
need
it.
your
I had to grab the
permission.
mic.
I shall continue and proceed to rock the mic without intermission. I got that smack beat up Bonita Applebomb on her ass till it's jingling baby intentions. I got that. I want to rock right now, light as a rock, chief rocker, until your head rock back and forth in submission, slave to the rhythm. I got that. I let my tape rock till my tape pop, and I could fix it. Look, all I needed was a number 2 pencil, a masking tape, and a screwdriver. I'm a MacGyver, a certified TDK technician. I'm not just a fan, man. I'm a participant. But just envision a little boy sitting in front of his radio, tunnel vision. Hip hop.
That's hip
I'm a
hop.
participant. A little kid sitting in front of the radio with a thought. Fuck, my mind blew halfway through that line, bro. That was
I
sick,
was
bro.
messing it up because it was more to it, but I tried to get to the next line. I ain't spit that joint in a minute, but I had to.
That shit's so dope, bro. I'm glad you did, man. Thank you, bro.
Hey, when I go
Connect
on
me with this.
elementary show, I'm gonna spit that joint right.
East, connect me with this cat. I need to rap with him.
We think
We'll get with you.
this needs to happen.
All right, I'll go ahead and do one more, last one then. So we like to talk about things and we'll hear different words and we're like, what's that word mean? Or we'll come up with different things. So sometimes we play around with words and what they mean and how we can use them and see if it sparks an idea for a poem down the road or something. So this one was actually inspired by one of the 30 for 30 in April when you try to write 30 poems in 30 days. This is called Words Fall from the Sky. Like sunshine rays glowing heated energy, I see reflections of imagined words radiating. dangling aglow like Super Mario's floating golden coins, where my sight of vision traces all the in-between spaces. A trail that travels from my eyes to the endless horizon, jumping to collect all the hidden treasures. As many as my mind can build poetically versed measures to store each jeweled expression, until I can spread the wealth to beggared ears who value sentiments meant to break through their atmosphere. For once clouds of communication come rolling in thick with inspiration, a buildup of parts of speech play tag in the sky, until they can join together as recruited red rovers, a canopy chain of caption dictions creating magical wordplates of truth and fiction. Witness a thunderous applaud of collaboration, stomping out downpours of pronunciations, sprinkling articulations of spoken word upon deaf eyes, blind ears, awaiting for senses to become attuned, awakened, dancing in raining floods of broken syllables, seeking release of fresh views to put together new compounds of symbiotic translations. After the rain of words splash into the ether, dissipating back into the winds of its destined author, utopian dreams are carried upon the breeze to arching rainbowed imaginations, refracting life's varied colors, living on through artistic storytelling, because of words that fell from the sky, droplets of profound feelings becoming a poet's prized possession, to craft definitions of emotions and experiences one never thought words could be found to paint of its illustration. Good night.
Yo, we love the two of y'all so much. Everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Poetic Desire and GodChild the Omen for one of the dopest double features we've had here on Open Minds. Brother, like, yo, round two, like, we need to just get, like, just freestyling in this mother. Everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for them.
Y'all are
Yeah.
Y'all are ridiculous. Yeah, listen, bro. I'm yelling at East because I've known East for some years. Why haven't I seen you? Damn it! Like, yo.
Yo, I
Together,
said the same shit, bro.
but together,
I've been trying to get back at it, man. I kind of lost the vibe for a minute. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
what?
There's plenty of shows that I've been, you know what I'm saying, like been doing for years out here.
You got one of the dopest in the world on your right. Yo, I'm not gonna hit that easy, partner. I can't let you do it. I can't let you do it.
See,
Right?
I've been threatened. I've been threatened many times by people. I've been threatened. Like, man, if you don't get your ass back on the mic, what the hell is wrong?
We need to fucking hear you. I will squeeze it out of you in shape if I have to.
Oh, don't worry about it, East. Don't worry. We'll pull. We'll kick. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it no more. We got it.
Y'all conspiring against me. That's what you're doing. I see it.
No, we're inspiring with you.
Right.
We're not conspiring against you. We're inspiring with you.
Yes.
Yeah, so this helps most definitely because when she told me that y'all wanted us to, you know what I'm saying, do something together, I was like, word, like, well, all right. You know what I'm saying? We just in the we just in the garage chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, it was amazing.
Listen, I'm not saying that this is gospel, but you know what they say about the gospel where two or more are gathered.
Oh yeah.
And real recognize real. And so yeah, you just dropped some real gospel on us, and I appreciate that.
Man, no
So
doubt. No doubt.
I need both of y'all to come through on Thursday night. East, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Actually, East actually knows what the gear is about too. She is poetry.
Yeah, you gotta sign up exactly 24 hours in advance. Get on it.
Listen, y'all come through. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Well, you know, sometimes the kind of you know, the inspiration and the motivation and the need kind of leaves you for a while on your path. But the thing you forget is what your words do for other people. And that's what you're hearing in your ears right now from everybody here.
Yeah, because when I do go, because it's a place out here that's like a second home to me. It's called The Venue, you know what I'm saying? And they've been doing open mic there for years. It's an art space, period. You know what I'm saying? But every time I walk in there, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody just like, yo, it's him, it's a ghost. You Where you
Listen, that
been,
place
man?
has
You
a
get on the
bug.
mic. You get on the
The
mic
venue.
tonight. Get on the mic.
Yeah.
Come on, get on the mic, man. Come on, get on the mic. You know, I'm just like, man.
The venue. I know it has a vibe, bro. I've been to the venue. I know that place has a vibe. I felt that energy, right? When you go there, you can't help but do it, right? Even last time I was there,
Yeah,
John,
you
I
be
started.
sitting there, you're like, nah, I ain't gonna. You get there, you're like, fuck, bro, I'm ready. Let's do it.
The owner talking to me, the host talking to me, you know what I'm saying? People in the crowd like, what the hell, man? Sign the list, man. No, matter of fact, don't even sign the list. Next up on the mic.
Yeah. Don't sign no list. We got you now.
With the light, like yo, the venue is the business, man. And listen, that place is truly real. Listen, I appreciate y'all for doing what you do, staying dedicated. This is bigger than all of us, right? And I can tell in your work that you've been writing and working for years. I just ask y'all, continue. Please keep going. Please keep writing, because y'all got fucking.
Yeah, that shit is fire to both y'all. Thank you again from the bottom of our pile of fucking brains that you exploded all over the place. I'm like collecting my mind up, going like, hold on, I have to host stuff. Yo, thank y'all so much. We appreciate everything you do, everything you stand for. Much love from Overmind's family. Thank you for
No
doing what
doubt.
y'all do.
Glad you
Keep doing
enjoyed
what
it.
y'all do for sure.
Oh, and Dre, what was it? Your Hulk Hogan impression, spot on, brother. Spot on, brother. Well, let me tell you, Mean Gene.
Yeah,
I gotta say, I am very flattered by your amazing compliment there, brother. And I gotta say, from the bottom of my Hulkamaniac heart, that was one hell of a feature, dude. Seriously though, that was a lit feature from the both of you, and I've been quiet, just listening and just going like, just appreciating, just soaking up the poetry like a goddamn sponge over here, and just hearing Elemental having a joygasm it's great. I just love open mics like this when you just see people show up and just blow people's minds happily, and that's what you two did there. So thank you from bottom of my heart. Great job from the both of you. One more time, PoetikDesire and GodChild. That was awesome.
Thanks,
Thank
bro.
you.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thank y'all so much again. We're gonna keep this thing moving. Round one continue. I believe Terri Rose had to leave, so we're gonna try to squeeze in Terri so she could drop her. We can hear her before she goes. So if you could, yeah, owe me yourself blessings for some words. We love you.
Okay, so I wasn't sure which way you were gonna go as far as tributing to Gustav.
Oh, it's whatever, man. Like,
okay, so I have some haiku I wrote for him. World is at a loss. Smile that lit up every room. Prophetic words boom. I'm gonna miss you. Afterburn you left behind, your spirit zooming. Joining with the stars, zooming through the universe, holding hands with Mars. At last you are free, with Ziggy to play guitar, one with the stardust. Black lives still matter. George Floyd anniversary, support the movement. And then I have a shorter one I wrote, also another tribute piece. Challenge authority. Words challenge the norm. Never mind the form your words will take. Just make them move from the silent place, push down in your chest, out the sealed lips on your face. We have to change the human race because we are made of pieces of heaven. And your words remind us, as is above, so is below. As is above, so is below.
as is above, so is below.
And then I have three silly ones I wrote about a Zoom bomber. to make you laugh? Okay, the prompt was, is that all you got? Okay, so that lets you know something right there. Okay, so is that all you got? Zoom bomber naked in room. Naked friends joined him, pleasuring himself. He was just getting started. Is that all you got? Truth is, was a lot. Is that all you got? We yelled. Just getting started.
Just getting started.
Yeah, you had to be there to really see what was happening, but you get the idea.
Yeah. We had one time. That's why I stopped going on Eventbrite, and I didn't advertise for this mic or nothing. It was just on Instagram with the folks that I met through Elemental, going to like New Eureka and finding people and then bringing in people, and we didn't promote. But I had one bomber one time, and we had like Miss Diane Murray Ward with us, that gentleman from Scotland, or yeah, Scotland, I think. Ready? And we had like a bunch
Yeah,
of.
were you in there? Did you see that? That was
Well,
the
it
one
was
I was
at one of our show. It was at one, and my computer was dead rebooting. So my wife and I had to, yeah, Finho, we had to start up the show from the from the tablet. So I didn't have, I wasn't on my computer. I couldn't like really moderate too well. And as we're letting people in, this, like, I don't know how he was even able to share a screen. And like, so, oh my gosh, it was horrible.
You
And
see
we had
that?
like all these old folk there. Like I felt
Yeah.
so bad, dude. So I stopped
Oh.
promoting on Eventbrite, dude. Like that's what made Open Minds what it is too. Because I was like, nope, don't want to advertise this. You cool? Yeah, all right. Come do poetry with us. Because we here to look at art, And if that's your art, like there's other places for that. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Terry. Everybody, unless you got another piece for us, let's give it up to Terry.
I was just gonna go because I don't know. I was not. I mean, I have other pieces, but I was not ready to read anything else.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All right, well, if you stick around for round two, I think I'm gonna get in some freestyles. I'm gonna convince one of these people to freestyle with me, possibly GodChild. So, yeah, if you Terry, I remember that like one of the first nights I met you, or one of the within the first week, I think I had you freestyling with me. It was oh, it was my
That's
homeboy
no
Chris.
small
I think that
task.
no one's even met before too. I think it was my homeboy Chris, wasn't it, from down in South Florida? Enjoyed
I
it.
don't do that anywhere except in here with you
Yeah.
guys. I don't
Yo,
do it anywhere.
it was
No.
crazy too, cause it was my homeboy Chris Lansgard, man, who was
And
down in Florida.
Maddie,
And
she
Matt,
wrote
yeah,
that
Matt.
song.
Oh
Like
yeah,
she
we.
wrote the
Yo,
music
that
to the
was
word.
dope. Yeah, as you were
I know that was
singing the
awesome.
words, she was like playing the song, and it was
Right?
like
Yeah.
this give and take of like creation, and like you guys like, and it sucks it was after hours, not on recording.
It
But
wasn't
speaking of
recorded.
which, yeah, we gonna wrap that up soon and get into some more. So y'all better be here. You're gonna miss a lot of good stuff.
Maddie's
Here's
not
some
here tonight.
things
She's
you're
not
not
here.
going to miss. I miss this man every day that I wake up and he's not close enough for me to smell his breath. Although I've never smelt it, but I can think that it smells like smelted diamonds and rust. I entrust this man with my mind so much that I could say that I think this man is dope. Paul Skiff, what you got in that throat? That was freestyle, by the way.
Let me get in here. Oh, it's good to be here. Kind of feeling low energy. Number of reasons. But I got pretty energized from that feature. This is sometimes you on your path, you feel like you got to a certain point of fulfillment, and there's not as much motivation to go forward and stuff. But then, like I said, you forget about what your work does for other people, and there's other reasons to do your work than the level of motivation you're feeling. Anyway, shut him up. Quit preaching. Mute him. Mute him. Still feeling, still feeling the wash from Gustav's departure. I got back from a cancer screening today with a clean bill and felt like, fuck, why wasn't that? Give that to Gustav. Anyway, I'm stop babbling. I'm not feeling very social. I'm gonna do this poem that
Hey, I'm
was
glad you
written
hear
for
that.
an ongoing reading series that had its theme verbal abuse. So this is spends a lot of time in the harsh zone. It's your opportunity to go, swipe some other sites for a few minutes. The power plant is the sky in whose sunlight burns in a 60-watt bulb. The dumpster dive is a pilgrimage to the reincarnated eternity of use. The need of the junkie is the border over which stupor is allowed to be smuggled. The pit bull is an ambulance in which fear rides to protection. The pussy hunger of the businessman is the stage on which naked bodies are danced out. The plead of the beggar is a prediction of the future economy drops in a cup. The insensitivity of the corporate nun is a natural resource extracted by the company. The indifference of the landlord is a small room with no running hot water where the calluses of the profit margin live. The glamour of the movie set is slumber, where reputation dreams it is a secret wish naked in a crowd of microphones. The soul of the entertainer is a midget dog, yammering bland pronouncements of the most diverting, mediocre salvation. The pride of the casual insult is the broken elevator of advantage in which insignificance presses the button to a wrong floor. The intersection crosses preference of choice where all direction is decided in advance. The ticket seller is the mouth of all cheers. The technical difficulty is the fetus of time before it answers identity with a face. The height of the office tower is boredom of ambition with only thin air as a place to go. The self-advertising tycoon is the penny whose shallow face is dented with transactions. These elementary truths are how warm rain soaks the skin. In nostrils, scrounge remnants of scent from the orifice that has evicted you from bliss. Look forward only to abrupt termination. In between is the junk heap of more than 10,000 years of mistaken priorities. Even to breathe is to be diluted by the false imperatives. The history of the world fades magnificence off the moment of achievement. The violence of life bangs like a gavel in the courtroom of seasons. The deadbolt lock is the filthy habit privacy keeps to itself. The shadow under the car makes stillness a destination of speed. The dictatorship of love is a bruised face stared at by the lonely. The humiliation of dignity embarrasses laughter with a crowd of tortured mouths. The cancerous face is silence spreading upon the concern to suffer as a choke of their pristine question about God. The encounter with the flat screen is a trip into swindles of light. Until you joyously hurl yourself upon the depredations of fate, you will never know. Anguish means nothing. Turnable page. disconnected electricity, temptation of the key. The dildo is stiff with matriarchal firmness, mothering mutual pleasure. The passivity of the abused is offered to inferiority for the asking. The orgasm shivers arteries, climaxing in passion's epilepsy. The gush of the sated vulva is thank you elixir kissed back into provocation's mouth. The angel assaults tribulation into consenting surrender tied by salvation to the bedstead of confessions. The deflowered virgin is the naked past of one time only fled from by innocence. The joyous yelling tongue is the grateful clitoris burst from its labial pleasure. Sex hyperventilates imaginary exhaustion to increase the probability of actual dreams. Abandon information in the futile pageant of its fits and shocks. Forsake blood within its confines. Abdicate the stage to the charmed, motionless thing that sits still in front of it. Loath be it for anyone to invent twists unsavory to even the most wound up vulgar fans. Loath be it for anyone to depart normal intellectualizing for the quest to ecstasy. Whatever engulfs you is easy to elude. To positive, negative, the third term must be a blatant ripoff of certainty. When human truth is revealed from mutilation of the most angelic scapegoat, people need to accept gratification exposed beneath their own tortured surprise, especially when what rests there is their joy-lit face in a mirror of their own pleasure. Take off your shirt and serve up to me your back. Across your skin, I will carve and heal the next pronouncement as impassioned love with pleasure singing air delivered by the salted leather of my tongue.
God damn. Yo, everybody unmute yourselves and give it up for that rough, unsalted leather of Paul Skiff's tongue.
Woo! Oh yeah.
Jedi Master is unmatched. He just does that. He does that. And the only difference between what we see and what he does on stage is the spritz of whiskey. And I appreciate it.
Yeah, you
And
don't
listen,
get
I'm thankful and I'm prayerful and I'm cheering with you that your doctor said you have a clean bill of health. Blessed for that.
Paul, I want to see you perform. Like I need to see you perform. Next time I come to New York, you better be there.
as soon as my wife and I can enter the States, the first place we are going is Paul Skiff's house.
Which is really not too far from Jane's spoken word and Albion base.
Well, I'll see everybody while I'm there, but the
far
first
from
place
the
I'm the first place I'm going is the spot.
The cafe isn't open, but you know, they have this Wednesday night live thing down up the avenue at the Lower Side Center. So I've been there once or twice to do live stuff. That's a very nice space, tricked out with really high-end tech. And that would be the place to go. Elemental, I tried spritzing on the Zoom call once, and I had to read up on how to clean my screen. It's not easy to clean whiskey spray off your screen.
No.
That's the price you pay for authenticity.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
yeah. Hey, we will all pool together enough money to buy you a phone every 3 months. We want whiskey spit at the video camera. We will start a fund so we
Hold
can
on,
get the
folks.
full Paul
Hold
Skip
on.
experience over the
Please
internet.
don't. So since we're here, open minds, Thomas, if you wouldn't mind, please. Um, I heard about this and I was able to experience it, but I don't know if the Jedi Master has ever had the time to express it. I believe we are at open minds with people who are amongst open minds. Jedi Master, if you wouldn't mind, could you enlighten your community, your colleagues about why you spray the whiskey on stage?
Oh, I'll try to keep that short. There's a lot of traditions people do when they're making presentations in front of a room full of a gathering of people, whatever, outside, inside, anywhere, to do a kind of cleansing and just literally, clear the air. And I'm sure many of you are familiar with some of these rituals. So, there's a very colloquial, you might say, slang ritual in this neighborhood and in many neighborhoods about, taking some spirits and, pouring a few drops on the ground, that kind of thing. And some of you may know I worked for a good number of years for an African musician, and he took this back to a real tradition from the motherland. So that kind of reinforced what I had already been doing sort of on my own. And he did something much more elaborate, but he keyed me into the kind of emotional basis for doing it and the collectivized basis for doing it, and just kind of cemented to my mind that this was an ancient human tradition, and people, there's reasons for doing it we probably will never understand because they're just lost in time. So that's kind of the reason, is literally just to a cleansing and to just sort of have a new beginning. And I mean, Christians do a baptism, right? Once in your life, but it's kind of like that. I'll shut up. I'm going on too long.
No, that's fine because I actually wanted to touch on that real quick too because, growing up where I did too, we would pour out liquor, for people, right? And I always thought, cause I went to a club one time right after I lost my best friend, and I ordered 2 beers every time, and poured one of those 2 Heinekens, like $20 on Fort Lauderdale, right? Poured out 1 beer into the plant right there every time. I would drink one and pour one out for my buddy, cause it was his birthday. He had just died, and the security guard came over. He's like, "Man, like you can't be doing that, but like I see what you're doing there, and I'm gonna make sure no one's." I'm like, "Well, you want me to stop?" He's like, "Nah, man, like you shouldn't be doing. You can't be doing it, but like." Fuck, man, like keep doing it. And my one homeboy told me, when you pour out liquor for me, don't do it because I want to drink. Do it because you're pouring out liquor for me because I don't want you to drink. And every drop you pour out, you're not drinking. I had my homeboy come at me like that with it, Nate, and he's passed away now. And he's like, when you're pouring it out, it's so you're not drinking it. Pour it out for me, like pour it out for me, not not in respect. All right, pour it out to so you don't drink. But yeah.
Well, it is a sacred thing.
It
You
is.
know,
Well, it's a
it's
spirit, right? I had
yeah,
this native fella
exactly.
up here said they're called spirits for a reason.
Yeah,
And when
literally.
like
Yeah.
variety and stuff that I was getting into, it's you have to get rid of the bad to let the good in. And so,
I appreciate you, yeah, Master. I mean, listen, people every year, and you can look this up. Every year, people go to Edgar Allan Poe's grave, and they bring him alcohol.
mm-hmm.
Every year. Cora, I saw your hand go
She's
up,
like, I've
right?
been there, I know, brother.
But it's
One
a
of the
real
first
thing,
places
right?
I went to when I moved to Baltimore was his grave, and they were doing that.
Nice.
They did the same thing to Jack Kerouac's grave. I've been there once.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, we're
you
gonna
know,
keep the show going though.
it's an homage, you
Yeah.
paying respects to people.
Well,
That's
too,
fine.
that's why witch doctors and voodoo and other shamans and whatnot, even just native rituals, you sacrifice like tobacco or sage or there's always like a sacrifice like you're giving to the gods, right? And the smoke carries your prayers and or cleanses you or has different purposes. And the alcohol does that same similar effect too. It's just so many different practices. Like even when I do like grieving goodbyes or whatever, I'll try to blow alcohol and offer tobacco and marijuana, and just 'cause,
Some
it
of
is what
us
it
have
is.
to remember to get our offering bowls out of the yard so the guy doesn't run over them with the lawnmower.
Oh, yeah. So keep your offering bowls in. Skiff, thank you so much for that. Somebody was mentioning, I think it was you, Godchild, was mentioning you got some energy children, right? Like kids that ain't yours that you raising, right? I got some children too. I got two energy children, actually more than that. I've raised like three or four, and then I got two now. So six. I have about six energy children out there, and two of them are with us tonight, Astro and Boo. So if y'all could unmute yourselves and bless us with some art, we would all greatly appreciate it.
Hi. Well, I'd just like to say that Astro isn't here tonight. I thought she was going, but things came up. So, yeah. But so
That's cool. It's just you. It was good.
yeah. Okay. So I got 5. First, we'll start with this one. I don't know what to call this one, so I just called it unknown. Can you hear them call and scream, just like a beam of light, a beam of sound? How will I ever get around? How long have I been here? I asked myself. For an eternity, young one. You'll soon find out how hard it is to thrive in this world. It throws you around doing not so elegant twirls. It'll take time to figure out. Just be careful of what's about. Stick to your gut and follow your heart. You'll never know when you'll be apart from your soul, your family, your will to live. Everything is so fragile just as it is. But we push through the hard times with a smile on our face, trying to mask the pain, pushing a tear through your happy-looking eyes. We all know what's inside. The pain and suffering of this dimension is unrealistic, but you have to know when to try and fix it. I got another one called Untrustworthy. To live or to die. Trying my best to get by, I have very few friends, and most of them are shitheads. But I managed by throwing them away one by one on my journey of my mind being silenced. The things they say or do, mine are in their eyes, but not in mine. My feelings are too big. I can barely fit them in my mind. Dripping from my mouth and eyes, thoughts flowing with an agonizing pain as the pins and needles kick in. I trust who I shouldn't. But why do I continue? Because I missed them? A pathetic excuse. I've told them why it hurts, but they don't understand. The tears stop flowing, as I have no more to give. My soul is so loud, not a person around. Never mind that. I may as well drown with these thoughts. They weren't mine to begin with. The whispers of past conversations surrounding me with a buzzing. I despise these beings, but they're not seeing it.
Wait, 1 second. Boo, you're killing it. Keep writing. Keep doing what you're doing. If you guys are unaware as well, Boo is amazing artist, like all types of crochet and like wood carvings and nature things and just like um yeah, like I'm so proud of you. And you're doing poetry now too and it's good. Like I'm so proud of you. I
You
love
guys
you.
want to do poetry. And also, I got a little shop in Lacombe where I sell my stuffies now, my little crochet stuff. So it's pretty dope. I think
Nice. Fuck yeah.
that's
Keep doing it, yo. Hell yeah.
I got three more. This one's called Change. Why do I despise change so much? Is it the need to clutch onto the things that you have before they're gone? Or not wanting to hear a certain song because of the memories in your fucked up little brain? What is it? Tell me. Why do you hate change? Is it because when you switch cities, you become less giddy about what you thought would be fun until you realize everything you built is done, destroyed, and displaced, shredded in a million pieces, where it ceases to even exist? Do you know where you are now? In a town with fake old bucket friends. That's where. I like your hair. Shut up, bitch. Don't talk to me again. Because last time I checked, we weren't even breathing the same oxygen. I asked you to take the mask off. You know, the one you hide behind? You must think I'm blind. Well, anyways, I gotta go now. I hope the show isn't sold out.
Yo, what?
Okay, I got. Okay. I'm gonna go Disco Snail. This one called Disco Snail. This isn't mine. It's by Zachary Edward Barker. Inside every snail shell is a tiny disco ball. Disco isn't dead. Instead, it turns out it got small. They've got the boogie oogie all up in their buggy bodies. These super freaks of nature like to seek out funky hobbies. Disco snails. They're off to San Francisco where the disco's off the rails. They meet and dance to disco in disgusting garbage pails. The after parties in the garden will they'll eat your kale because and dance to disco because they're disco snails. That one was really funny. So I just wanted to say that one.
Yo, what? Hey, that's why me, Catalyst was like, yo, you are our energy child now. You are so cool. We're gonna boost everything you do and make you that much cooler. And you keep doing you. I love you. Your poetry's on point. I love the cover. Like everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Shh Boo.
Boo, I love the disco snails. Yes! That is, yes! Everything. It's everything.
I got one more if that's okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. This one is called My Love. You're my handsome ray of hellfire, and you set my soul ablaze. I'm a flame of love for you, my dove, you see. You're the melody in every song. You're the reason nothing's ever wrong. You're my lovely little monster, my favorite demon spawn. And I'll never let you go until I know you're home with me. That's all I got.
You wrote that one?
I did.
Now
Yo, that
you
was beautiful. The voice in it too, the tone, the cadence that you chose to say it, the word choice, the presentation. That was beautiful.
That one
yeah,
actually
you
my
got to
butt.
look up Doris Day. Go look up on YouTube a few clips of Doris Day. Your voice is right in that zone. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
I will do that. That one got me so nervous, bro. I'd be shaking right now.
Yo,
Shaking.
but it was so dope. Like what? I've known you for how long? And like I never even heard that voice come out. Like you've been hiding that in there and you wrote that beautiful song. Like, yeah. You gonna get that one out. I'm gonna promote that one. You gonna have to get that voice out more. Look up Doris Day, like Skiff said, he's the Jedi Master. He knows what he's talking about.
Sorry, what's that called again? I gotta write that down.
Doris Day. I think
Doris?
okay, it's just Doris, and the last name is Day, Day. Just probably the most popular crooner in the 50s and very early 60s. Very saccharine stuff, but you know, her voice was like amazing.
Will do. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yo, this is like, it's crazy because I used to coach, you know what I'm saying, coach kids. And I remember it's a group out here called TWP, Teens with a Purpose. And we rate, you know what I'm saying, they come in, and then they end up staying so long, they become mentors themselves and they come back. You know what I'm saying? So they had this competition in LA called Brave New Voices. And it's a poetry slam, like competition, networking, workshops, all that. So just imagine like probably like a few hundred kids all converge like from all around the world. You know what I'm saying? Like coming to, and we went in LA, and it was so inspiring to seeing those kids. So the youth like that, like I wish I had that stuff when I was, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger. I wish I had. So that is so dope. You know what I'm saying? The youth, you got to get them. You got to get them early because a lot of people don't know what their thing is.
Hey, they the future, man. If we
Yeah,
can
they
lead them
don't
on the
know.
right track, they gonna pull us off.
Yeah, you get and
Evolution, baby.
Look, I was sitting there feeling the whole time like, yo, they trying to take my job.
They trying to take my job.
Trying to take, I need to write better. So I was out in
But what
LA.
we need to do though is inspire that in them and let
Inspire
them
them,
show up.
yeah,
Yeah.
inspire them,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
No
You know,
doubt. I love that. That's so dope.
Until you guys started doing the open mic, and I was like, shit, okay. The card started coming to a couple of the little meetings. And I was like, damn, I gotta write something, bro.
So glad we can inspire you, and I know my wife and I have inspired you in so many different ways in all your art, and I just absolutely we love you. Like,
Yeah, man, I love you guys.
and we're gonna be seeing you in July, I think, right? You're
Yo,
coming at the end of
so
this month, like in
excited.
a couple of weeks. We're gonna see you. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna camp by the river. But yeah, so we're gonna keep this show rolling, and I believe next on the list we have none other than the host of Tuesday night's Heart of the Artist. I'm sorry, a goddess just walked in the room and took my attention for a moment. Yes, Whisper is next, but you walked in the room and took my attention. I was introducing Whisper. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear Cat Bird. Yeah, if you can bless us with some words, appreciate it.
Hi, you guys. Great to see everybody. I want to do something different. I'm going to read one, and then I've been playing around with reading to a musical background, so I'm going to try that. But first, I want to read one called Mutually Assured Destruction. This is actually a poem that came out of a conversation I was having with Nemo about how they've done functional MRIs on predators and prey that indicate that each has the same stimulation in their brains. When predator is being predator and prey is being prey, their brains are stimulated in the same place. Obviously, different chemical cocktail for fear versus excitement, but some adrenaline going on for both, and then maybe some cortisol and some dopamine and who knows what else. But that was just fascinating to me. So anyway, that's the genesis of this poem. A friend more learned than I shared with me that functional MRIs show predators and prey have the same reaction in their brains when predator pounces and prey runs away. In the moment of death, twin brain connected, neurochemically bonded through a cause and effect. This sacred twining of neural pathways, a dance to the finish in synaptic spaces. The hunter hunts, but is it himself that he chases? as the prey circles around, wraps arms to embrace him. Two halves of a whole, two sides the same face, the yin and yang, the push and pull of the desperate race for survival, to be food or to feed. Does the hunter exult when the prey successfully flees? Does the prey enjoy the burst of hot blood on tongue as fangs bite deep and the battle is won and lost? Do they both feel the moment when the grim reaper calls to collect the life and forfeit? Does the victor revel in his resolve to finish the tango alone? Does the hunter tear flesh as his vision clouds from an existence de-existing, or does prey elude and hunter feel the exultant trembling while hungering for the meat that escaped on the wings of the night? Two for cocktails and death at the bar of life, they call it the watering hole, and come the end of happy hour, some duo's going to steal the show. Bloody Marys served chilled with an adrenaline chaser, C9H13NO3, feel the sting on your tongue as your mouth finds the flavor. One man's excitement is the other's fight or flight, and only the dopamine and cortisol umami it all into a savory cracker for he who triumphs. What a delicious endeavor, the way bones give way under pressure, and there is no middle ground. There is only the coin toss of live or die. One side wins, and the other must not. Compromise is impossible. They are opposed diametrically. Are you the death of me? Or will I show my belly to your fangs, the snarl, a cocktail swirly stick that pricks us with flight and delight? Neither is wrong, and both are right, king of the jungle. A Janus with two heads, one down and one upright. Shall we switch and take turns? The science has shown us the truth, that there is little distance between death and survival when the dance leaves us mortally wounded, unable to draw breath. So come stalk me, sweet predator, so that we can finally end this farce of a duel. Let my neck receive your teeth. Let my own return the favor to tear your heart into tenderest meat. This aria of opposites has only one destination. It's time to finish our story. Let the winner be chosen, and the fallen revel in the winner's coronation. We will meet at the river by the watering hole, do shots of neurochemicals, then walk opposite 30 paces. Wait for shoulders twitch and let barrels roll. This odyssey, an NC-17 for its brutality. Your triumph is my end, and vice versa. We can't escape the duality. Bound by adrenaline, we are each predator and prey. There can be no victor here because death is the only escape. We are mutually assured destruction, bound to each other in this fate. Twin brain, twin flame, who's counting? Game, set, checkmate.
Yo! What was that line? Either of them wrong, none of them right.
Both are
Both
wrong,
are
both
right,
are
yeah.
right. Something like, yeah.
That shit was dope. Everybody else yourself to give it up for Whisper Poet.
Damn!
Damn. Come on, Whisper.
That was
I
fucking
want to hear you work with music.
Thank you for that.
So, yeah. So, let's see. I need to do the, okay, original sound recording for musicians is on. So let me do a quick little sound test with this and make sure that I've got the right level with the music versus my voice.
Because now they have a new one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Could he be recorded? Elemental know about the copies and the YouTube can block. Elemental know to do that one.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to turn the music on now. All right, I'm going to turn the music on now. And can you hear the music?
It's kind of low compared to yours.
Okay.
More volume.
You hear it?
I think you're going to get it even higher though, because once you sing, it's going to, yeah. Pump up the jam.
All right.
Who did that pump up shot? Gotcha.
Okay, here we go. You marked my heart so easily with your ink. I traced those lines in my mind 1,000 times at least, with my fingers, tongue, teeth, pressed against the lines you drew to never forget. Ink. I remember when you asked me if it was a bad thing, and my answer was brainwashed and khaki. But then you showed me, and I knew. That's the day I fell in love with you. Ink. I trace those lines in my sleep, and when I picture you in my head, it's your ink that I see. I want you to tie me up in your lines. Let your pen ensnare me as I once ensnared you. Did you know what would happen when you showed me your art? Did you have any idea that I would lose my heart because of what your ink meant to you? Because it meant everything to me. How many times did I bite your shoulder in my head in the heat of passion, wound up tight in your ink in my bed? You have tattooed me with your love, fingers tracing lines on me from above as I call your name. You drive me insane with the memory of your ink. Poem.
Yo, what? Everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Whisper Poet.
It worked really well, and it was very potent.
So we've got to find a bass player, Whisper. Work with a bass player and learn to do those two, and then you could add other instruments. But a bass and a voice, live, experimental. That's when you resonate. About the cigar, I'm a love monkey, so got to transcend.
The hardest thing for poets working with
in that place
music.
beyond right and wrong, like Rumi says. I'll meet you there.
The hardest thing for poets working with music is just getting your voice at the right level in the mix. So it's always, when I hear things not working, it's always because the music is overwhelming the poet.
Yeah, I became a freestyle artist and a spoken word artist because I grew up in the ghetto and we was on welfare and we was too poor to even think about getting some studio equipment or getting studio time without me going out there and like selling coke or robbing somebody or you know what I mean to get. And so like I was like, I don't want to make music and do damage to someone. I want to make music for the positive, and that's why I love today with the internet and technology we've been blessed with to come make music and poetry and all that's here, to be able to reflect it in those different ways. So yeah, we really appreciate you, Whisper. Coming up next is another facilitator of one of the greatest spaces to I think do poetry at ever. Elemental has been a mentor to me over 2 years, well, almost 3 years now, actually. It'll be 3 years in like a month or two. I didn't know what I was doing. I read a poem from when I was 16 at an open mic that I found on Zoom because there was nowhere around me to read it out loud. So I went on to it, found it, a thing on Zoom, and my wife seen what it did to me, and she says, "You need to do this." I'm like, "When?" She's like, "Every Friday night." Uh, you know, we were in Mountain Time at the time, so she's like 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 Eastern, and we've been doing it now for almost 3 years solid. And where I learned my hosting skills and where I met most of these people was through this next performer, Elemental, who has inspired me to just be me and like like I said, I came into this not knowing what I was doing at all, and I met all of y'all wonderful artists, and he really inspired all of this. So thanks for telling me to always stay inspired, Elemental, because I did, and this is what you got from that, man. Like, you know.
Listen, man, I was inspired by the people who came before me. And I've always felt truly, truly to my core, I've always felt that if I ever got a chance to use my creativity in a poetic form to move and push our craft forward, then I would make sure that I handed it off better than I received it, right? Because this mantle was passed to me. And I have to do my best to make sure that when it's my time to pass it, that I make sure I pass it better than it was passed to me, right? I am dedicated to this craft, and I have been, and I will continue to be. Let me address the tribute to the Magus. I had a chance to even, collaborate with the Magus, and the Magus did a collaboration with Lantern Carrier for me. So I will always be appreciative of what he did and how he did it. So for me, without me being able to just, for the next, however many years that we had on this earth, for, every time I had something and I could just cheers with the Magus for whatever, I can't do that. I can't show him my appreciation for what he did and to show his appreciation for me. That, to me, is light work, honestly, because I appreciate him that much. That's light work for me. That's how I feel about that, right? That's the least I could do. For the years that he put in, as I said on Thursday night, he was there the first time I hosted, man. He was there.
Yo, same
And
with
he was
Open Minds. He showed up to Open Minds on Fridays, bro, and like he brought me into New York. He told me about
right.
y'all, right? And he
He,
showed up to me, and he was there since the beginning, every Friday night, dude. I even say it in that tribute poem I spit at the beginning, like on point every fucking same day, same place, every week, man. And he would boost up everybody and get them love. He's the collab king, I'm pretty sure. We trying to get all his shit published. Alma, the co-host who started co-hosting Chaos Magic, works with Crows and Quills, and said that she would put up everything and make sure that that his book is put out with the proper artwork, hardbound, full color. And we gonna do this man right. You know what I mean? Like he was an inspiration to everyone. And yeah, I'm sorry how to say that. Like
no. Don't ever apologize for that, man.
I
I
just don't want to
mean,
take up too much time. But you know what I mean? Like that shit had to be said.
how you gonna apologize to me? And it's your platform. You know what I mean? This is your space. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
cause I learned that regimento for you.
A
3
moment of
minutes.
it's yours. You know what I mean? Yeah,
That's why I like open minds though. We a
no,
little loose, We got time. We ain't going nowhere, bro. We got time. We
You know what I mean? But no, look, I just appreciate you for even doing that. Right? Again, no one asked me to do that. It was just something that I felt that I could do and I should do.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to miss him.
He did that
Right?
for you more than all of us, but we got to enjoy it. That's why I was thanking you for doing that for you so we can enjoy it. Because, like, I was already thinking about doing it. Like, I got literally hundreds of hours of him on film. You know what I mean? All of his poems 6 times over. Like, I love the quotes you picked and the way you did. Like, you really, like, I know you know what I'm saying? We both know the man, right? And you did him justice with that tribute. Like I said, man, it brought tears to my eyes. I'm like, fuck, I'm about to host this show, and Elemental got me over here missing my boy. It's been 1 week. I got some shit to say before it, bro. But you know what? He laughing, smiling with us right now, inspiring our pen. Every time that wrist moves to create magic, you best be knowing that Gustav spelling that shit with you.
Facts. Listen, and listen. you can call me what you want, right? But I also put in a piece of the video where he was showing my clothing line because that's how much he meant to me.
Yeah.
He found that upon himself to go and represent not just myself.
Anyone who ever spit on the mic, he
Man.
holds up their book before they get on and it's like buy their book. He bought. So my wife and I, I hope we want to get a hold of him. I want to make sure that he's, if not buried by, have all the books near him. So he's got his books.
We should have collaborated. See, now that I understand, we should collaborate on it. I didn't think about that. We could have actually every single image that he pulled up from the other people pulling their books, and I could have put so many people. That would have been a dope app.
Like if you got a book out, Gustav bought it.
Just saying.
Yeah, Elemental, if you could bless us.
Sorry.
I think
we
all got
lost.
Listen, folks. This is really, really wet paint. I don't know if you can see the wet paint dripping from my fingers, but it really, really is. This is brand new shit. This was the birth of this poem came from a space that I was blessed to be a part of this past weekend. Art Defined. Shout out Art Defined. Shout out the Storm God, Ray Jane, Paul Conqueso. We actually got a chance to host a workshop from Art Defined, and we dedicated it to the Megas. And so during that workshop, one of the prompts by one of my fellow presenters was write a poem protesting the current injustices. And then, of course, they, gave us a couple of Megas quotes. But that was the prompt, right? Write a poem protesting the current injustice.
You mean a Bible? Write a poem.
And for me, the line that stuck out to me was, and listen, if the video is there, you can grab one of those lines if you'd like. But it was also, of course, in workshops, a bonus is to use a line from the poet. The line I captured was, by inaction and silence, we will allow. So I present to you this. It is so untitled. It is so wet. It has no title. Whew. To every poet who has come before me and after, I thank you so very much for what you do. I love you all. I saw a volley of words by zombies so absurd, broadcasted live from worlds to collide on this side of absolutely ridiculous. Haven't you heard? We've been given a choice, which is an illusion, of course. Do you want to get screwed or do you want to get fucked? It's just our stinking luck that we get conquest in place of Congress. It's our fault. By inaction and silence, we will allow dumb or damn to lead a country, 'tis of thee, into oblivion, throwing dollar signs at problems they call politicians. 21st century rendition of Hail Caesar, full of grace as space becomes latest challenge for the great violence of supremacy. Growling, heavy, deadly, as Hemi on patrol reminds survivors who's really in control. To have and to hold from this day forward, we will not remain silent. We not remain silent. Remain silent. We will not remain silent. Silent. Silent sounds disgusting as national anthem of blushing Brutus mutant abusers. They like to fancy themselves rulers of worlds. Chaos will be our carpenter. Jesus Christ, holy hammer, driving more folks to insanity than nails, fastening contraptions called democracy. ghastly, make Nostradamus, Nosferatu, ghastly, bloodthirsty, no great Gatsby, more dastardly than Muttley, cuddling with devil's concubines, Satan's satin sheets, sewn sweet, suddenly, oh my gosh, sweet and succulent as lust, harvested in purple mountain majesties like to hold court in public opinion, lynch mob turned henchmen make linchpin of Willie Lynchin, Black Wall Streets make families casualties of war-torn streets, call it imperialism, covered in America's white sheets with red stripes and old glory blue truth. This land is their land, show every man can be American if every molecule is willing to stand American band or on business or Stephen King or with mankind willing to evolve past Neanderthal brain and refrain from arcane ideas of making a slave's nightmare great again. I'll be cotton picking Mississippi Megas. Goddamn, if I'm gonna let that shit happen again. Let's keep it a beat, 100, a stack. Real as revolution was our first language in your utopia. We, the people, will veto your vote for victimizing venom-filled airwaves you call the news. We will use your language to bury you in the blood. Truth. Peace, y'all. And rest in peace to the Megas.
Talking about me. Dopeness.
Fuck. That was dope.
I appreciate
You,
you.
you don't gotta worry about that wet paint.
Yeah,
You
bro.
see me drip new shit that hours old, and you know you love it.
That's
So
just,
let it
I don't,
in the
like
other
I
way.
said, he ain't dripping paint,
Let
he's
it in
dripping
the other
lava.
way.
He's dripping
I
lava.
I want to wear that paint as war paint. Yeah.
I
I
love
mean,
the
that's
smell
why
of
it's so
new
wet,
paint.
because you can still see the war paint dripping on my face.
Where you think the paint came from as he's carving in these
You
epitaphs?
know what I mean? And I wore camo, you know what I mean? Shout out the vets in the building, you know what I mean? Like this is what we do, you know what I mean? This is, as I say all the time when I'm hosting, some people do this, but we do this.
What we should do is impeach those 6 motherfuckers, and no matter where it goes, real. You can't impeach Supreme Court justice. It's a long road. It's only been done once, and it might fail. But if we go down making noise, I think that's the noise we can make.
Magus would have loved that piece. He would have.
He did love it.
He absolutely loved that piece. I
Not-
know
not-
he did
he's in the
so
other-
much. And it has been a week, and I still miss that man. Let's keep holding each other's hands.
Elements, I don't know if you
and
got to
holding
hear the
space
poem
for
that I
him.
wrote for him. I think you missed it on last Friday and this Friday this morning, but I want to read this one more time because a lot of y'all weren't here in the beginning, and a lot of y'all weren't there when I read it on Friday, but I want to read this one more time. I'm swimming in tears. For years, you were always there. Every week, same time, same place. That smile on your face will forever bring joy into my heart. Your words like darts that always hit the mark, the spark from your fingertips every time you grip the pen. With every line, you would ignite a fire deep within my mind. You kept it open, stolen from us too soon. You still had so much to do, but my dude, you are immortal now, resting in the wings of the most beautiful angel. You can finally let the pain go, make a new home without it. Shit, take some of mine too, please. My mind and body seize up trying to put words, the unseen memories you leave us blur. At times, it seemed you were the only one who believed in us, heard for the first time. My mind truly felt open, and open minds will never be the same without you. I'm hoping the times you shared with us will sprout new rhymes in every one you loved and trust. It's true. You are loved by so many. Plenty of lives felt your magic. As tragic as this is, I choose to remember how you lived, gifted with a slick wit. You were always on point. No pun intended, more like a reference to a joint. Your aura left us feeling so high, so many times, deep in ourselves. You made us laugh, you made us cry. Think for ourselves and question why. Reality bending, profound. Plus, I'm so happy you found us and never left. Even without breath, you're still around us. We are truly blessed to have your souls in our lives. We'll see you again someday when we all open our eyes. Rest in peace, Megas. Love you, bro. See, I don't know. I'm sorry I couldn't line to do that. I just felt like I really had to again. Um, so coming up next, we have, I believe, Debby Segal and then CC for round one. And I don't know, y'all. I'm still feeling like I want to freestyle and be creative. So after round one continues, whoever stays through, Godchild, hopefully you still up, bro. I'm down to freestyle with you. I know Elemental want to get on the tip, but let's keep this thing rolling. We got two
Debbie
more
is not
performers.
in,
Oh, Debbie's not in the room? Okay,
so
so then
our last
closing out
performer.
round one, we got CC Arshagra and CC, or no, we got Osiris.
Oh shit! Yeah, there's also
Osiris
Osiris.
is here. Okay.
We seen him popping in and out.
Okay. All right. So, CC, do you mind if we go Osiris and then you play us out of round one and into round two with the freestyle session over your music, tribute to Mega style? All right. Cool. Bet. Hey, Osiris, brother. Hey, thanks for coming back, dude. We love you. If you can bless us with some word, brother, I appreciate it.
Peace, peace, peace. How's everything going, my brother? Good, man. I'm not really up to date on what really happened. I guess somebody passed away, right? I guess one of your peoples.
Yeah, the Megas, Gustav Salas, he used to host our Monday night shows. He been
Wow.
around since the beginning of this for years as like a brother, a mentor. He's done collabs with everyone in this room plus, and like it's just, yeah, he's a real staple in the community. So
Wow.
we're all
Sorry.
celebrating his life. Pissed off that he's not around to write more for us, but at the same time being grateful that we got to know the man as well as we
Yeah,
did while we had the chance.
absolutely. Well, sorry for your loss, man. I know it's it's not easy dealing with something like that, especially when we've known somebody for so long and they've been a staple in your life. Um, yeah, man, it's just wild. Sorry to hear that news. I'm sure he's with you right now, with us right now, looking down, man.
Bet he
You
gonna
know,
be here every Friday night, every Monday night, every Tuesday, every Saturday.
you know it, man. You know it. All right, I'm gonna pick a little love joint. Here it is. I'm not your man, but I can fill the void with love that your heart's been missing. Might be the last time I make this lasting impression. I use love as a weapon to take you hostage and terrorize whoever tries to stop your horizons. No negotiations in order because I just killed you with kindness. If it's 25 years to love that I'm facing, throw away the key and give me the love sentence. This love that comes from within is like scorching lava, hibernating in my soul's desire, patiently waiting to erupt into your atmosphere. Because up there is where I find solace, releasing the pressure from where it's been hiding. So be prepared for the second coming of Zion. This is my last chance. My hourglass of love is almost empty. Although this is tempting, the ones before you tried to submerge my lava but came up empty. Largely because of this viscosity, you cannot drown me. Cooling this magma to clot, turning this lava to volcanic rock, hardening my walls, rewinding my clock. My core still pumps with hesitation, with hopes that one day I'll finally receive reciprocation, appreciation. But really, I'm just a ship searching for your heart's destination, with no anchor to lower, so my calculations and patience needs to look for your lighthouse, or that space will be vacant. True love in its purest form transcends all conditions. The realms of your souls are galactic, giving everlasting premonitions. Locating a love like yours is more difficult than searching for treasure, which isn't easily acquired. Might take digging through a mine to find the most flawless of diamonds. Gas up your excavator. The treasure you quest is deep in the dirt. 24 carats is not nearly the measure of your worth. Even immersed in the deep blue sea among this intricate, magical underworld, it's here at Bikini Bottom where you'll find the rarest, purest, priceless pearls. I spend years searching, crossing state lines, switching time zones to countries unknown, but still being at a stalemate. Because the qualities I seek in you, I can't find no matter the destinations I locate. It's a bold-faced lie if you said my love wasn't consistent. From day one, you received more than, from day one, you received good, damn, sorry. What was it?
Don't ever
Sorry.
apologize.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
apologize. Keep going, man. That's it. You spitting it, bro. You can't
If
catch
you,
that
if you
breath for a
said my
second and
love
then
wasn't,
rivet.
I got it. It's a bold-faced lie if you said my love wasn't consistent. From day one, you received more than texts and goodnight kisses, words of encouragement, date night, royal privilege, vacation trips, and abundance on Christmas. It's the little things like bringing home your favorite Hershey Kisses, buttermilk biscuits, cooking, then washing the dishes, taking out the garbage, walking your dog on a leash, catering to your children, folding your linen, slaps on the ass while you walk by in the kitchen, road trips over bridges, long walks, shopping online for sundresses on foreign shore beaches, running my hands across your delicate facial features, uplifting you when you feel insufficient, believing in your vision, scrolling on a computer researching, giving you options on different things you should visit. When you crawl up in the fetal position, sick, grating ginger for tea, freshly squeezed lemon. Who the fuck has been this deliberate? Nobody. I would like my flowers now before they die and cease to be living. I'm not that complex. Just giving you trust in a safe space, peace, love, and some good cooking. Just in case I get locked up in prison. Be ready to bail me out, read my disposition. Help me conjure up a plea of abatement so we can fight the system. So please, oh, I changed it. Damn, a plea of abatement so we can fight the system, to show the strength of love, live private, free from criticism. Sorry, man, I altered this poem so much, man. I forgot
Yo,
to
it's so much
unalter it.
fire, bro. You don't have to apologize. Please don't ever say, "Oh, sorry." Be like, "Hold up, my words got mixed up because I got so much dopeness running through my veins that sometimes I go on
Oh,
different poetry tracks and I forget which one I was
shit.
on." Don't ever apologize for your creativity or your extra creativity, right? Like, keep that pen on fire. Keep spitting what you can to us because we love every moment of it. If you got another one for us, we'd really appreciate that too.
Do I? Ooh, put me up guard right there. Yeah, I could give you something else. Let me go back to one of my older joints. I might have spit this one before, but it's
Hey, I listen to my favorite song at least twice a day. So
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Let's do the love joint. Let's stick with the love, man. Stick with the love. Why can't I find it? Love Jones the highest. Oh man, I can't find it. Fuck. Oh, I think I. Damn, man.
This is the poem right now, by the way, guys, in case you're confused. It's the hold up, wait, damn.
All right, I got it.
Oh, I
Sorry,
got the piece right here. Hold up,
I got it.
wait. Oh, damn.
So this is
Y'all
the
better
oldie.
open ears. I'm playing. Hey, get it right.
Nah, it's all good, man. This is an oldie but goodie. She tells me, "Who are you? Where did you come from? You're rare." To myself, then out loud, "Who do you have around you? Why do these men who claim to care not pay attention when you talk? And I want to know how you tick, where to itch, how to scratch, explore the places that make you tickle. What's so rare about genuinely caring? Taking insecurities and making them obsolete, catapulting dreams and ambitions to the pinnacles of Orion's belt, changing doubt into a bat out of hell, sympathizing with a corroded childhood, verbally, physically, sexually abused, and ignored innocence reduced to squalor. Because those scars that stain you demonstrate the brave you. Never allow someone to let your dreams sit stagnant in a cesspool of doom. Nurture that. I keep hearing, chivalry is dead. Is that coming from a woman that's too independent, who can't acknowledge or appreciate preferential treatment? Or are you becoming complacent with the bare minimum? I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't. If I don't, I'm barbaric. If I do, I'm a stage 5 clinger. Feminists are confusing these acts to be sexist, benevolent sexism, an ideology that perpetuates gender inequality. Fuck that. If I want you, I'm gonna do what I got to. I'm gonna stare in your eyes and listen till you recognize it's all about you, or until you show me different. The real problem is we have mere boys dressing the part of real men who lack fundamental upbringing, or just pretend not to keep up with trends and fads, or was it their missing dads, or the ones that did have only grasped how to make a woman sad? The love I receive was from my mom, and the love I will give will have the same intensity I have for my kids. If I love you, there's nothing I won't do. I'm gonna stare in your eyes and listen till you recognize it's all about you. What would you do? Would you stay faithful during your husband's deployment at war, when those lonely days and nights turned into months and years? When he returns, missing his legs and his ears, could you pick up the pieces and push his wheelchair? Or could you hold your man while being locked up, sentenced to a 6-year bid for hustling, trying to put food in the fridge? Can you keep your legs closed, drive 8 hours with the kids just for 1 hour to give them a hug and a kiss? Or are you man enough to see your wife fight for her life when that chemo sets in and her hair loses life? Would you go to the mall and shop for some wigs, then tell her she's beautiful, like you once did? Because if you did, the significance of your actions will be worth more than that Benz. What's life in the end without your best friend, your next of kin? I'd rather be poverty-stricken and in love with a phenomenal woman than wealthy with resentment with a woman whose soul is naked. Because if I love you, there's nothing I won't do. I'm going to stare in your eyes and listen till you recognize it's all about you. You see, what really gets me is this is sending your perfume. You have me floating through a room, chasing you like Pepe Le Pew. I want to love you like Kanye loves Kanye. Pause. Or should I said no Diddy? I might just pull up in your city, send you flowers to your job to make your co-workers get giddy. Let's take a trip to Tahiti, grab a jacuzzi room, light some candles and set the mood. Let's slow things down like it's chopped and screwed. I want to be into you like when the sun meets the moon, a solar eclipse, as I peel back your rose petal lips. Witness this hummingbird kiss as it facilitates your silk screen nectar to float and drip. How's that? I'm going to rock your boat to the rhythm of a hi-hat. Roll up the blunt wrap, but there's no need to smoke. I'm going to have you high off love that'll make you choke. My love is the epitome of addiction. It's dope. Poem.
Yo, everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Cyrus. Thank you for being here again, brother. We love you.
Fire on the mic. Fire on the mic, sir. Well done.
Yeah, man. See, this
Thank
is
you.
I believe this is also one of the
Good stuff,
mystical benefits of hip hop, man. If you think about it, with all of the energy and exuberance that poets rip, it really is.
It's bigger than hip hop. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, but
Did that.
that's
No,
what
no doubt about it.
that's what rap is. That's what rap is, rhythm and poetry.
Yeah.
Poetry.
Rhythm and poetry.
Rhythmic American poetry. That's right.
That's a
Yo,
fact.
and we gonna end this recording now. And we gonna get into some of that what they would call improv
Hold up.
poetry. Or do we have one last on the
We have
list?
Cece.
Oh yeah, CC's gonna close us out. That's I
I've
was
been
getting to
waiting.
that part. Yeah. We're
I've been
gonna
waiting
close
for
out the
that.
recording with
I've been
CC, gonna
waiting for
close
that.
us out, and then we're gonna start round two with CC continuing to play, and we're gonna do some improvisational poetry or some rap, some freestyle cipher, cause we got some rhyme gods up in this building. Not even thunder god, they just straight up rhyme gods, bro. On time god, got you with some freestyle gods. So CC, if you could play this beautiful, wonderful night out, I would much appreciate it, brother. And then we gonna get down to it. So make sure you got open minds next time so you can be there live. We love you. Peace.
Okay, I'll do what I can as far as tonight goes, but the good bad news is well, for the fantastic news is you did my life a solid with that feature that changed my life. The very next day, I was wiped, and then shortly after that, I had to make a decision to go back to work, and I'm starting a company. That's why I haven't been around much lately, and that is creatively a sad piece of news. But I got to do it. I need the funds. I don't know what I do if I lose a piano in my life, and so I'll do a couple, and then if I could stay for a little while, I will. But I actually have been working till like 4 in the morning trying to get this thing up and running, and I'll let you know about it soon.
Well, boy, you're on the way. You're Pacific time, right? It's only 7 o'clock, man. Play
No,
us out and play us into the.
it's 10 o'clock. But anyway,
Oh, that's
don't
right.
matter.
You East Coast.
I'm East Coast. So this I wrote. This came to me on Juneteenth, and it was like 12 hours old, really, the next day, and I kicked it when it was brand new, but it was not this level. And then I wrote 2 other love songs, turning on this business head, which I used to do when I was young. I own a company. I had people working for me once upon a time before I ran for my life into the arts. Anyway, this is called The Reason. There's a reason the music soul died. There's a reason the music soul died inside an American pie. Dying empires bought up the skies as you believe what they poured in your eyes. And the virtual screens all lit up and said, "Look out! There's an enemy inside your head." So it's time to mask up and believe all the fears. Press agree and give up your soul here. There's a lesson about walking dead with a job and no critical head, while the whole time you're sold who you're not. Just click like to feed your endless lack. To never question, is anything true? Believing money is worth more than you, then compete to become obsolete, and to defeat love and peace by declaring they're weak. There's a reason the music soul died inside an American pie. Dying empires bought up the skies, and you believe what they poured in your eyes. Never questioning why it's not true. While killing for money as if greed loves you, all the while growing more obsolete. To murder love's peace just for sport. Love and peace never really dies. You were taken, and survival took more. Yet you'll never avoid Nina's and Billy's true voice and every slave song that's ever been born. Every time music's life force seems gone, past the reasons the music's soul died. Under a plantation sky, so bye-bye, Miss America's life. So bye-bye, Miss America's life. Bye-bye. And that's for that 365-day holiday they call Juneteenth. And this is My Heart and Lungs. This is for Gustav. He literally helped write the words that this song begins and ends with.
Can I help with the middle?
Like
bro?
endless.
Can I help with the middle?
I don't understand the question.
You said Gustav wrote the words in the beginning and the end of this. Can I help?
Yeah, I was working on a song, and it wasn't done, and it needed something, and then
Can
I
we
heard.
expand on it more? I want it to be a bigger
You
song.
want the
You know what?
stories. Yeah, I will after. You'll hear the
Okay.
words.
All right. Yeah.
Like endless waves of empathy, immaculate beyond belief. There was no death of poetry lives here. I'll give it to you again. Like endless waves of empathy, immaculate beyond belief. There was no death of poetry lives here. As my body loves my brain, my body loves my brain, yet it's my heart and soul I completely understand. My body loves my brain, loves my body, loves my brain, yet it's my heart and soul I completely understand. My fingertips and toes start talking to the blood there on vacation, feeling like they've been there way too long. So cell by cell they dread the end while missing their friend oxygen, and so they packed up for the harder home. Now you won't believe the many stories I heard along the way. The many tales of pain collected, trials trapped in sorrow's muscles after years and years of crying out. Most cells saying just give up, there is no hope or help that's coming. There is no heartbeat waiting for us. Hear the weight of pain. And so to still my body loves, my brain loves, my body loves, my brain loves, yet it's my heart and soul I completely understand. So near death, each cell exhausted, still the heart completely welcomed. The door of love's a healer opened, no enemy of love need enter. Here the weight of pain was lifted. Let me get it here. Here the weight of pain was lifted, so the lungs can give the heart back, and breath by breath each cell accepted the heart's open hands. Where my body loves, my brain loves, my body loves my brain, yet it's my heart and soul I completely understand. Like endless waves of empathy, immaculate beyond belief, there was no death. Of Gustav Solace's poetry lives here. Welcome home, Magus.
Hey, thanks for that, CC. That was beautiful. Everybody, unmute yourselves. Give it up for CC Arshagra.
More.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get more. I gotta stop. I'm gonna cut out the show, start the recording. Round 2, we're gonna get into some more fun stuff. Thank y'all so much for being here. Big shout outs to PoetikDesire and GodChild the Omen for a wonderful feature. Everybody, unmute yourselves one more time and give it up for that. Like
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I
One
used
of
to play
us.
a couple hours a day. I played 20 minutes before this. So thank you for letting me breathe. And again, I love you guys so much for that.
We love you too, CC.
I know you do. I know you do.
We really do. My wife and I think about you often, and
We'll be reaching out soon. We're overdue for a convo. I love you.
I've been a little fucking stressed and busy the last couple of weeks, but
Lift that shit right up. Call me, brother.
yeah, I know. All right, we love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Open Minds. Round 2 coming up next. Off the air. Say goodbye and good night to everybody. Goodbye, good night.
Thanks, PoetikDesire and GodChild.
Yeah, GodChild. Wow, that's just so dope. Rewind this video. If you hit this point, you need to rewind. Yeah, we love y'all. Peace.
I wrote a Cyclops. Round 2.
Oh.